What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Bugle 6. We have a packed show tonight, probably the most packed we've been on Bugle 6. So stacked panel, get ready. It's going to be a fun one. Let's go ahead and bring out Mr. House of Collectibles, Flavio. First off, I just want to say congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother.
A married man with an amazing ring. Look at that. Look at that. Now, how's it feel? How's it feel?
It feels good, man. It's a little different, I guess, but not much. You know, me and my wife have been, together for a very long time before we got married. So can't say it feels completely different, but it feels good.
Yeah. We got to see a little sneak peek of the wedding last episode that you missed.
Yeah.
Had a few drinks.
Oh yeah. It was a good time.
No, that was good stuff, man. That was good stuff. Well, we have 3 special guests here tonight. A couple Godzilla fans. We got Batman fans in the house. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk figures. We're gonna have a lot of games. We're gonna do top or bottom. We have a giveaway at the end of the show as well, thanks to CollectorzOwn. And we're gonna go from there. So let's go ahead and bring out our first guest. You guys might know him as a fellow Wolfpack member of mine, a Wolfpack brother, I should say, Mr. House of Dilo Artemis. Wait, what? Dilo the Collector. Thank you for being here, my good friend.
Wait a minute. It's not Wednesday. What am I doing here?
It's like he just came through
What's up, boys?
Portal. What's
little unofficial, too sweet on a Monday here. How y'all doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Good,
man. It's gonna be a show,
dude. Let me just say, I think this is the first time I've seen the entire intro of your show.
Yeah.
Freaking outstanding work. That is super clean. I thought like Nicole Kidman was gonna welcome me to the movie theaters. You know what I mean? Like the way super nice.
I really should have Nicole Kidman now. I should.
You know what I'm saying? It's like welcome me back to the movies. That's good shit, bro.
I appreciate you, man. That means a lot. Appreciate it. We also have Mr. Well, first I'll kind of bring him in. He's been on the show before. He's a huge Godzilla fan, Dragon Ball Z fan. Please welcome Mr. Aaron Collects. What is up, my friend?
What's going on, guys? I know you like to have 2 guests on normally, but I know P-Rock was coming on, so I had to get the trio together.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man. It's all good. I couldn't have it any other way. I just wasn't sure what the plans were, and I know we got some other content coming everyone else's way, some Godzilla content that maybe we can talk about later on. But yeah, it's gonna be good stuff, man. So thank you for being here. Glad you're here. So yeah, as Aaron already spoiled, which is cool. We have Mr. PROCKZILLA.
What's up? I forgot I was watching HBO, man. That little thing was like, ooh,
right?
Went over the thing, the little HBO thing, dude.
Oh man, heck yeah!
What it felt like. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Dude, we for as much as we talk, I'm surprised this is our first live stream together. So I'm glad we can make it happen.
I'm not a reliable person, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better at that.
Man, it's all good.
Yeah, he thought it was on Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it was on Sunday.
I reminded him about 20 times since yesterday. I was like, "Hey, man, about 2 more hours, about an hour." No,
it's fine. That 1 hour before the show starts, that was key, man. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." That was perfect right there. I like that.
Yeah, good.
Thanks for having me, man.
No, absolutely. Thanks for being here to everybody. So first thing I like to do is before we address the chat, I would like to kind of have you guys tell me where you guys are all from. Don't really tell me what's coming next. We'll do that at the end of the stream. You know what's coming next on your channel and whatnot. But tell me, like, where we can find you on live streams. Obviously we know Dilo, but I still want you to explain all that, Dilo. And kind of just so people can find you in other streams, because you guys are doing some awesome work every single one.
This at the beginning of the stream.
What's up?
We're doing the go around at the beginning.
Oh hell yeah, man! I want to introduce you. Let's go. Right. So I'm gonna start with you, Aaron, since you had something to say.
You can find me in 1/6 Scaleman's live shows, Toy Quest 101, Movie Canon, here sometimes. Who else? That's pretty much it for now.
All right.
Someone sends me a link, I join.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I see you all over the place these days. All right, P-Rock, where can we see you, man?
Of course, LWO every Friday night. Once in a while on Mafia on Wednesdays when he can grab me. And on Saturdays with Mafia, like if there's no UFC fights, UFC is #1 for me, so I gotta watch my fights first.
Oh heck yeah, those are always fun streams too that you do with Ricky.
Pay-per-view streams. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. So yeah, every pay-per-view. Well, not everyone, the good ones. I do a live watch along. So this one I'm definitely gonna do on this first. Was it the 1st or 2nd of June? Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev.
Oh,
so
nice.
Definitely doing for that. But yeah, find me there and my reviews. And I got some new stuff coming in the future, but not done with it yet. So I want to make sure. I'm a little perfectionist. I like to make sure things are good before I do things.
Yeah, that reminds me of this man right here, Mr. D'Lo. Where can we find you, sir?
Guilty as charged on that one for sure. Yeah, you can find me at my channel here, D'Lo the Collector. I just dropped a tutorial on how to modify the Batman from the 2022 movie over there. So take a look at that if you haven't already. But yeah, you guys, if you guys know Brick, you probably know me a little bit here. You can find me on Wednesdays on Wolfpack Wednesdays. Occasionally, I will be on Dante's stream on Fridays and Hot Collectibles over there. But yeah, that's it. Other than that, I'm try to keep it low key.
Good stuff, man. I appreciate you all for being here, Flavio. We know to find you here, so stick around, buddy. Yep. Let's check in with the chat here. First off, we got Mr. Jedi Night's Watch saying, first, thank you for being here, sir. Hopefully you can stick around. It's going to be a good show. The movie canon, not if Brick reads this first. Thank you for being here, Movie Canon. Thanks for showing up every stream, checking us out. We have Evil Sneaker. Hello, all. Thank you for being here, sir. Darth Tamaris, salute to you as well. Thanks for being here, as always. We have Prime Time Review saying, yo, let's go. Yes, let's go indeed. Thanks for being here. Christian Cooper, what's up, boys? He won one of the gift cards from Wolfpack Wednesday last week. So congrats again to that. And we all know that he recently got his Dream Fig.
Oh, record, no way, he did?
Yes, sir.
I thought it was Crosshair.
Crosshair, my bad. My bad. Crosshair. Shoot me. But yeah, got Crosshair, so awesome stuff. So congrats to that. He's also saying congrats to Flavio on the big day. One Adam 12, who we've actually been seeing on a couple live streams. He knows his stuff. Big movie guy too. So good to see you around here, Mr. One Adam 12. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Flavio is back. We got Tighter FL in the chat as well. Congrats on the marriage and welcome to the club. PROCKZILLA saying, yo. All right. Who else we got? We got Ricky Grimes. Oh, snap. P-Rock has been summoned. Took a lot of magic, but I figured it out. We got Jose in the house. What's up, fellas? What's up, Jose? It was fun streaming with you as well on Movie Canon stream. That was a lot of fun getting to know you. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of good peeps in the house. All right. Yeah. A lot of congrats to Flavio from Evil Sneaker and from the Jedi Night's Watch as well. And congrats to Sneaker. Okay. Something. But hey, so yeah, we got a packed show, guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about some figures, and then we're gonna go into some top or bottom. We have a new segment that I'm wanting to do to the ones that never was. I'll explain that a little bit more later. We have a take it or leave it, which just means a giveaway from good old CollectorzOwn. Thank you to him. And we also have the world of psychic, which if you guys aren't sure, I will explain that at the end of the show as well. Aaron, I don't think you were here for the world of psychic.
I think I was, and
you were the first one. You were the first one. Yeah. So you were the first one, so we got to keep that one until the end of the year. So we'll probably just do D-Lo and P-Rock at the end of the show. But let's go ahead and talk some figures. Get some of that going here. Whoop, wrong button there. All right. We are going to go ahead and I want to ask you guys a question about Mr. Batman, the Dark Knight. Okay. I guess they did some updates, and a lot of people are talking down on these updates. A lot of people think he looks like he looks dead, looks like a vampire, very pale. I think it was Shane on one of his videos that says Christian fail. So what do you guys think of this? Have you guys seen these pictures? Flavio, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so I was away over the weekend, but I seen this pop up, and instantly, you know, whenever you see a Hot Toys post, you're like, oh snap, like let me, you know, jump into this and see what they're talking about. So just from the pictures initially, I was, you know, very excited, you know, to see these updates. But as the days went by and, you know, you see people dissect it more and more, it's not perfect. It's not 100% perfect, by all means. And like I always say, I don't think anything is perfect, but it is good advancements. You know what I mean? You know, I have the DX19, which I still have yet to like sink my teeth into that. So, you know, for me, that's it. This is kind of bittersweet because, you know, coming from that aspect, people that just got that DX19 not too long ago, Hot Toys is dropping a new and improved Batman, you know, and as far as that is all great and all, you know, that was a DX. You know, everybody's expecting that to be, you know, the final hurrah on this figure. You know what I mean? For at least a while, a good while. And then we got the Armory announcement, and you got all this new stuff that they, you know, that they threw on the suit and, you know, updated it meticulously. That head sculpt scares me still. I personally think
it's like Nosferatu, man.
Yeah, I personally think the original, there's like a mix. I feel like the original proto skin tone and the texture was better than this, but I don't think it's still 100%. Like, I don't think this is better than what they originally showed us, but I don't think that the first one was the best either. I think there's kind of like a little, you know, drop off in the likeness of Christian Bale, but I personally like the complexion of the original one a little bit darker, but yeah, it could be harsh lighting as well. But the suit itself, I think it looks mean, man. I think it looks like, you know, like a supercar, especially on the cowl with these new photos with the updates that they showed us. Yeah, like you can see all the, you know, cuts and the lines in it compared to the DX19.
Yeah, I like the eyes a lot too.
Me too, really yeah. How it's kind of like he's more also like kind of got like that rock eyebrow kind of going on there. Like he just looks a lot more stern and mean. For those aspects, I think I like it. You know what I mean? And also with the small little intricacies that you can see on the suit that have been updated. Almost if you like look at the shoulder armors compared to each other, one is a little bit tighter and snappier on the lines and the way that it sits on the body, but also, you know, the cape is different as well. The texture of the cape is different if you look at that. Yeah. But just me coming from the position of I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, did everybody go off, or was that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was me.
I thought you know, I thought it was something that I said, and I thought Hot Toys.
You know, there is an email that went out. I forget who I heard this from about StreamYard kind of screwing up a little bit, and a lot of people are thinking that they're the ones that are lagging, but really StreamYard has been going through some stuff. So I thought they updated it, but that's never really happened. So sorry about that if that was on any of our ends, but yeah, it looked like it was all of us there. Even Jedi thought that was him. That's Aaron probably thought it was him, so he left. He'll be back.
Well, anyways, after I was rudely interrupted there by StreamYard, I think, you know, I think it's cool and all, you know, don't get me wrong. I think it's, if I had all the money in the world, I'd pick this up for sure. But me just having the DX19, I just don't know if, you know, this is something that I'm going to just go out and pick up. You know, I obviously didn't pre-order this when the time was right. You know, it's as of right now on Sideshow, at least it's waitlisted. So who knows? I personally don't I always wanted the armory, but then at the same time, I know me and D'Lo were talking about this a couple days ago. I don't want to take up all the real estate in my, Batman collection for an armory as well. So it's like I'm kind of torn between this. I want the suit, but at the same time, I want the armory, but I also don't really want to give up that much space in the Dark Knight collection. But it just goes all out to me having, the 19. So I don't know. It looks cool, but it's not perfect. And I feel like, years from now, we're going to see an even more updated rendition of this suit here. So it's like,
sure,
I don't know if I should, pick this up when it releases or not. But yeah, you got to change that off the screen, man, because his head sculpt, like, it scares me every time. I don't know if I would even, display it like that. I do and I don't like the kind of like the statuesque, Bale in the shorts there like that, just because it's a weird thing. We've never seen that from Hot Toys with kind of like a stationary figure that doesn't have any articulation besides like the, what do they call it? The
power pose?
Yeah, the power pose figures. But at the same time, it's like, with this being an update, they could have took all this money and gave us something that was new. So that's what kind of upsets me with, the turnaround time of how quick we've seen this. I wish we would have seen something completely different,
Sure. D'Lo, what are you thinking, man? Do you think he's a little too pale here?
Man, when it first came out, I thought he was too tan. Now I feel like he's too pale. Like, I feel like they went too far. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I thought the first one was too tan. But yeah, I mean, this one here, he kind of looks like, I was just kind of like looking at the sculpt. His nose is very red. It kind of looks like someone who's been out in the cold for a while. You know what I mean? And kind of has that like, that kind of bloodshot face or something like that, if you will. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Flavio already brought this up. It could definitely be a lighting situation. I just find it hard to believe that they'll go this drastically different from the super tan one to the super pale. It almost feels like maybe it's just the lighting in this one. I don't know, but it just seems like that would make zero sense to go that far in a different direction. That's very extreme for me. So we'll see on that there. But kind of touching on some of Flavio's points, I think the overall shape, body, cowl, everything looks much better compared to the DX19, and they're clearly trying to emphasize that a little bit more there. But I don't know. For me, I still see a lot of errors. Don't get me wrong. I love the suit. I'm a big fan of it. I've bought almost, I want to say I've bought 4 of this figure so far: the DX12, the 19, the Armory, and I even bought the quarter scale. So I got a lot of history with this here, and it still feels like, man, years later, there's still things that I would change about it, like the cowl. Even though it is nicer, it's not accurate anymore. Like the lining right here has a lot of carving right here that is not actually there on film. So it feels like it's more just to give it a different like look to it, but it's not accurate anymore. The 19 is more accurate than this. So I don't know. They're messing around. They're making some things more accurate. They're making some things inaccurate for no reason. Possibly too pale. We don't know. That might just be lighting. But yeah, for me, I'm just like, do I really want to get a 5th Batman? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Because the 19 still fresh in my mind, and that one just like was straight. It's already expired. It's already out of date, and it's not even like 2 years old for me. So it's like, do I just kind of suck it up and just keep my 19, or do I try to upgrade and get this one? Because kind of like what Flavio said. What's up?
I'll take your DX19.
We can talk. But yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, it's a different ball game right now. I mean, the Army's out. That's cool. It looks better in some places, worse than others, in my opinion here. But like, I'm not a person who like jumps ship and stuff like that. I'm kind of loyal to whatever I buy. But honestly, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm already 4 figures in deep with this one here. I'm not sure if I want to do it a 5th time. There's another company that's doing good work out there. I might just be patient on this one and see what the other guys do first before I decide if I want to pick this up or not.
Yeah, I have got to say, you and Flavio there got some good points. P-Rock, are you a fan of Mr. Christian Bale here, and are you planning on buying this figure? If so,
yeah, I am a fan of him. That's my Batman. But like D-Lo, I'm one figure in enough. Like just one figure, the DX19. I don't need another one. It does look like a big improvement, I think, in the suit. The suit does, like Flavio says, it does look like more badass. And I would think, man, like if I'm not an Iron Man collector either, but if you had a Batman, like an armor, like would be like a nice centerpiece in the collection, like in display of like your Batman shelf, or whatever you want to call it, or your Bat Cave, or whatever you want to make. This would be a nice piece to have in there. I do agree with that face coat, man. Like when I first saw it, I didn't have a problem with it, but it does look a lot like, I don't know, it just looks like he didn't get like he's been staring at the suit for too long, didn't get no sun for like years or something. I don't know, like
Right?
like he just it don't look right. And like normally I don't display mine with the face sculpt. I always have like the cowl, the helmet, mask on. But with this, you're forced to have him with that face. So I don't know. It's just unless they can improve that, it's not a must for me. But it is a nice piece, man. Like if I was a hardcore, like had to have all the Batmans, I had to have all the vehicles. This is probably something I would just sacrifice to get because it does look badass, man. The armory part. And I'll be like, it's like I want to see like did they show pictures of the suit posable? Like, is it more posable than the original DX19? Because that thing was not very posable at all.
Mm-mm.
And those what do you call those guards right
Gauntlets?
here? Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah.
See,
But you see, it almost seems like everything is tighter. Like even on the chest symbol and everything, it just looks like a little bit more defined. But I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. It's just like, damn. It's just I already have the 19, so for me to get this, my biggest plan with this whole release the whole time was, what I think most collectors were gonna do, which was, take that out of the armory, stick the 19 inside of the armory, and then display the new one. But you got this guy; he's over here like, like I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth it.
He looks really old too.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like it looks like
he just needs gray hair.
Christian Pale.
Yeah.
It's based off the third movie, so he's supposed to be older at this point. So
that's fair.
Yeah, but he's just too pale, man. He really is. Like that lighting. I hope they just like send another photo out, just like, hey, JK, this was just bad lighting. Here's how. Because that's
JK.
JK. Howard Chan. Just kidding, guys. Something I don't know, because it's very drastic. Like it was off at first, but it didn't need to go that light. It could have been a little bit more blood in his face than what he got there, because it's I mean the joke's right himself at this point,
Look how long the cape is too on the DX19 compared to the
it's like they don't have photos sometimes, it's like they don't have a reference, like, oh man, we don't know what this guy looks like, just paint him this color here. Like I don't understand how you go that far, but whatever.
That's not the same material as the Batman Begins cape, is it? It looks like the same color, but
it looks almost it looks like a velvet, almost kind of like
right.
Like the closest thing that I can think of right now is kind of like the new Darth Sidious, that like velvety over his chest. It's kind of like that material. It looks like.
Because not from the 19, that cape it did pretty good with dust. It didn't really pick up dust that much.
Yeah,
at least for me.
That's true too. This new one has that material where it will attract that kind of dust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, hey, Aaron, you gonna get this figure, or are you gonna go for that DX19 of Delos?
I'm not really like a big Bale guy like that. But I do need a Christian Bale to go with my Joker. I can't let my Joker be lonely.
Sure. You get the artisan Joker?
I should get this. No, I have the inner one. I should get this, but I don't need a whole damn armory just to get this shit.
No.
Right.
I'll just take a DX19. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. I hope they fix it. I have somewhat of the same problem with the Endgame Scarlet Witch. I know a lot of people don't agree with me too much on that, but I find her a little pale as well. She looks amazing, but just not this pale, but she just a little bit. I just wish they would, give them some more blood in their face or something, like Dilo was saying there. But let's check in with the chat real quick. Let's see. It amazes me, says Jedi, how after all these years they can't get the Bale Batman right. Yep.
They'll do a 3.0 like Flavio said.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I'm past the 3.0, bro.
I'm telling you for a fact they're gonna have to, because it almost seems like after you've seen this, I'm sorry, Brick, but after you've seen this and how soon it came out between the DX19, it was almost like the DX19 was never supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So,
and DX19, what came out a little over a year ago?
Yeah, no more than 2 at this point.
Yeah. It hasn't
Probably
been
going
that
on
long.
2.
And that's the thing. This isn't a DX like the DX19 was. So it almost could have been flip-flopped, you know?
Yep. Man, we got Mana Hot Collectibles in the house. My good sir. Always fun streaming with you and having you around these parts. Congrats on 100K once again. Man, everybody's saying what's up to everybody. Let's see. I saw a comment that Jedi put about a train. Here we go. The Batman is so cold. If you were sitting on a train next to him, you might think he was dead. Office reference. So had to share that real quick. But yeah, we got Miami's Nemesis in the house as well. What is up, sir? Thank you for being here. And Mr. Collector Joey is in the house as well, giving us a $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Let's go. Who copped them Deadpool and Wolverine tickets, and for what day? I have not copped them yet, but I'm getting them. I'm definitely going to be going opening weekend for sure. I'm not sure about opening night, but opening weekend Saturday. I will be there. What's up?
I said I got mine for Saturday.
Nice, dude.
First night, but...
Dude, that movie is going to be so good. I cannot wait for the movie and the figures that come out
Stay away from YouTube.
Oh yeah,
yep. For real.
D&D.
Well, thank you, Joey, so much for that super chat. You're definitely a good friend to the channel and just a personal friend as well. So thank you, sir. We have Jedi DX19 was April of 2022. The Armory was July of 2023. Man, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's quick. Very quick. Very, very quick.
Romando.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And before we go on to the next figure talk that I want to kind of want to bring up, we got Thrawn's office here as well, gifting one brick artisan or Artemis. I can't say my own name.
Brick artisan.
Someone thinks highly of themselves. Ooh, fancy.
Your name.
Gifting
Brick
one
artisan.
to the chat, and I can never figure out how to get this. Oh, it looks like Flavio was gifted. What do you know?
To me, what the heck?
Well, it's all surprise, baby. Thank you, Thrawn, for doing that.
Appreciate it.
Oh man, guys, if you guys want to be a member of Brick Artemis or Brick Artisan, whichever one you want to say, you definitely get special perks. You get, of course, the cool emojis. We have some merch that if you are a member, you get $5 off anything from the merchandise, shirts, hoodies, and of course, you get a free sticker coming your way if you message me after becoming a member. I will send a sticker your way. So, and more to come. All right. Did I saying that's going to stick? All right, guys. Let's talk a little bit about. Let's see. Actually, I'm just going to stay on Facebook here. I'm going to go back to Facebook. Boom. Man, I usually have like a PowerPoint setup. It makes it easier, but harder at the same time because I can't look at comments. But I want to talk about this Mace Windu. This Mace Windu just got waitlisted and is very hard to find anywhere and everywhere at the moment. I know, Dilo, you can tell your story here in a second of how you got one, but I guess I want to talk a little bit about the figure, but I also want to talk about waitlist from Sideshow, and I also want to ask if we think, even though this is waitlisted, if we think the head sculpt is truly good enough, or is it just, hey, we have this figure and it's the only Mace we have, so I need it in my collection and I'm okay with it. Whatever, I'm gonna spend a couple $100 and be fine with it. Dilo, I'm gonna start with you, man. I believe you recently got this figure, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, sure, I secured mine. I wasn't trying to miss out over here on this one because I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time. Yeah, for me, I don't pre-order. So once the news hit that it hit waitlist on Sideshow, I went to all my resources, my backups and all that good jazz there, and everybody was out. I was keeping an eye on this over the weekend, checking to see what the stock looked like and all the other backups and stuff like that. Everybody looked good, but it definitely feels like the panic is starting to sit in more with collectors. People are really trying to make sure that they don't mess around when something is released. At least not necessarily everything pre-order sells out, but now once it's officially out, it seems like collectors are definitely hitting that button faster now than they were before, for sure. Which is great. That's a good thing. That's what you want to see in the hobby. You want to see collectors collecting, and more importantly, you don't want to see anything waiting on dead stock there, because obviously that brings down the value of the figure when you're trying to sell it there. So if you did. But as far as this figure is concerned, I swung and missed at all my shops online, so I went local. I went to my local shop. Shout out to my spot. I won't tell you that because I don't want you to take that from me. But yeah, as far as the figure is concerned, you kind of echoed kind of what I was thinking is already, Brick. I feel like it's good enough. I definitely don't think it's perfect by any means. Definitely feels like there's a little bit for me kind of a mix between Sam Jackson and then kind of a little bit of Mace Windu from the Clone Wars for my eyes visually, as far as how I see it, because the head is way too wide. I think someone did a comparison between a Nick Fury head sculpt and this one, and the Nick Fury one looks way more accurate than the Mace Windu, in my opinion there. So yeah, I mean, as far as this is concerned, I mean, if you take everything into consideration, the robes, the tailoring, the boots, the USB lightsaber, this is a pretty good value figure. It's just for this, I think that this one is about maybe 75% as far as accurate to the sculpt itself, which isn't bad. That's not a bad hot toy at all. So it's definitely worthwhile for sure. I think with this one here, I wouldn't be too worried about it because I don't feel like this is going to be the last Mace Windu we'll get. So for a collector, if you're not 100% satisfied with it, you will have another opportunity to get another one. I'm sure of it, because this one doesn't have the separate eye rolling system like a lot of figures have now. So anytime there's not a figure with that, there's always a chance that another one is going to come out with that feature. And at that time, that's an opportunity to update and correct the head sculpt, right? So I think for me, and can you keep it on here for this photo for 1 second? Yeah. I think for me, what's going to wind up happening is that I'm going to get this one. Inevitably, this is going to be my Clone Wars version of Mace Windu. And then eventually, maybe we'll get a Revenge of the Sith Mace Windu, and that will be the definitive Mace Windu in the collection there. So either way, I don't think you can go wrong. You got a Mace Windu in your collection now. It's kind of like you said, Brick. It's the only one we have. So for at least for now, I say if you're interested, go for it while it's still out there. And yeah, if another one comes out later on, well, you can sell this one or kind of put it in this style over here, so it's a little bit different from the other one.
Yeah, wonderful points. I mean, I see his head sculpt a little soft, so I'm with you on that percentage as well. I just and I think we got another one coming. I don't know if it's going to be a year like the Dark Knight was, but see a couple, 2 to 3 years, we'll get another Mace Windu. I know, Aaron, a lot of people are kind of saying this looks more like the Clone Wars Mace Windu, like they got that look from him from Clone Wars. What do you think about that? Do you think they kind of went that route? Do you think we'll get another Mace Windu soon? Is this one good enough?
Yeah,
I'm asking you a lot of questions here.
Yeah, I think it's more of a mix of Clone Wars and live action. I don't mind that if you're gonna look at it like that, but if people are gonna look at it, oh, this is the live action Mace Windu, I don't really think so. But this is the only one we got for now, so go ahead and grab it. They might come out with another one with the rolling eyes, and I don't know what else they could do, but yeah, I think he looks cool though. Looks cool.
Yeah, are you planning on getting them or?
Yeah, but not now. Too many pre-orders.
Yeah, there's a lot
of stuff coming out.
There is too much coming. Flavio, what do you think of Mr. Mace Windu, Samuel Jackson here?
Well, It was, for me, it was 50-50 at first, you know what I mean? Just like everybody else, where, you know, everybody was skeptical on the head sculpt, but I don't know, man. Just recently, I'm really starting to dig this guy a lot. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm just being biased because, you know, I have him, you know, already secured or what, but I think there's a lot of good offerings with this figure. I don't know if you guys seen MRC Collection Ventures unboxing to this guy, but I don't know, guys. I don't think this head sculpt is soft whatsoever. I think there's a lot of detail on the head sculpt itself. Accuracy wise, it's questionable, you know what I mean, in certain angles. But I think that's one of the biggest reasons on why this figure went so fast so quickly, because I think everybody was holding out until this guy released to make their decision on what they were going to do with this figure. And I think when everybody's seen the in hand, you know, photos and videos of this guy, I think everybody jumped ship and was like, yeah, I'm all for it, because I think the promo pictures for this specific figure do not do it justice whatsoever at all. I mean, if you guys watch his video, shout out to him. There is so
that
much.
Video does look a lot better than these photos.
There is so much skin texture. If you look at that a video of the figure, and it, to me, I think it looks good. You know, I think certain angles, you know, the likeness may drop off a little bit, but I think, you know, straight on, dead on, you know, I think it is the likeness of a young Samuel, you know, and I think that's part of the reason, because I think a lot of people, you know, can't see the resemblance between, you know, the Clone Wars and the movies version. Like, they kind of are looking at it as just the movies, but I think they kind of tried to do an all-around rendition of, you know, Samuel L. But I think he looks good enough for me. One thing, you know, that I do agree with there on D-Lo, I think, you know, this isn't the only version that they're going to make. I think they're going to, you know, obviously make another one, just because when Hot Toys, you know, makes a new mold, they want to get all of the money out of it. So this is the first Mace that we've ever seen. So we're probably going to get, you know, another one eventually. But with the rolling eye system, you know, one thing that you got to take into account is that you're gonna lose the full sculpted necks. So, you know, you're gonna lose all that detail there on the bottom part of the head sculpt, possibly just for, you know, one of those new style clear clip connectors with, you know, a rubber neck or something, and then you're playing the game there with them matching the skin tone perfectly to the head sculpt. So I think this is a great first one. You know, I mean, I think for what we got, I think they knocked it out of the park. They give you the Clone Wars, you know, gauntlets there. So if you don't want to have him as just his classic Jedi look, you have that. The lightsaber too, man. I don't know if you guys love the saturation on that, but I do. You know, I think this is the only lightsaber color that actually, you know, looks like the actual color of what it's supposed to be. That purple is so, you know, deep and rich in color. So I love that. You know, you got the Jedi suit there, the tabards. I think they look great. Nice and form-fitting to the body. You have the robe that goes over top, you know, in that video as well. They looked very, very nice. I love how it like drapes and hangs down by his arm there like that.
I love what you can do with it too. The way you can like bend it up and make it look like it's flowing to the side, almost like a cape, you know, like that's good stuff.
Yeah.
There.
The wiring in it, I think it's wired, but I'm, you know, just even how it drapes naturally, I think it looks great. And I'm assuming it's wired because we see that there. But this is probably how I'll have him, you know, with the brown Jedi cloak over top, and, you know, just have the Clone Wars gauntlets there for a rainy day. But I don't know, guys. I think it looks good to me. The only thing downfall is, you know, that we don't have the moving eyes, and, you know, the likeness could be a little bit better. But for a bald person, you got to think about it. The texture has to be all there. You know what I mean? And if you look at this on different angles, it's not, you know, completely symmetrical. You know, he's kind of has, you know, that uneven shape of, you know, a head, you know, with the skin texture all around. He has kind of like subtle veins above his, you know, eyebrows. I think he looks great. To me, he looks good. So I'm very happy with this. But it is very scary, you know, when you see figures that are coming and going just so quickly. But I think that's the issue with this one specifically. I heard a lot of people saying that, oh, it's possible low numbers overseas. I don't know specifically what happened, but I think everybody did not like the promo pictures from the first day. So it took this whole time for everybody to make their decision. And that could have played a part in, you know, the amount of, you know, that they wanted to produce for this figure. And then everybody just crashing in at the same time to pre-order it caused that to happen. And them saying, oh, well, we expected not that many people to go for it already. This is the allotment that we have, so on and so forth. So sure. I'm not too sure, but, you know, I'm excited for what we got. Yeah.
P-Rock, you getting this figure, man? You into the prequel trilogy?
I'm like D-Lo. I have my eye on it. I didn't pre-order. I'm the same way. Like I don't really pre-order. Certain ones I will pre-order. They're exclusive to Sideshow. But I usually don't pre-order. I'm the same thing too. Like once I know it gets released, then I reach out to the people that I do know that I normally get from. So I normally don't worry about Sideshow, like when they go waitlist or sold out or whatever on Sideshow, because there's always other options. I know that's the main route most collectors go. But I agree, man. This is one that surprised me too. Like I didn't think even the secondhand, third party people that you go to find your figures are gonna be low on this too. So it did surprise me, man. But I'm pretty sure my hopes are high. I'm still gonna get one because, you know, nowadays with the waitlist, even waitlist, you know, that's not always gonna. There's a good chance it's gonna convert. It's not always gonna just be waitlist forever and be sold out. People do get nervous and they pre-order it, but sometimes when it isn't like actually released, or they have to actually pay for the figure, they might not have the funds at the time, or they just change their mind. So
or something else releases at the same time. They're like,
And I agree too. Like I didn't hear everything D-Lo said. I have to get some water real quick, but Flavio mentioned a little bit that this is a chance, or more like I guarantee there's gonna be another version of Mace Windu coming out. They're not gonna just sit in that, like you said, sit in the face go for just one figure. They have it now. There's no reason for them not to release different ones because he doesn't look drastically different from the movies as they went forward. So they can just improve on their face sculpt, and then it'll calm people down for the next figure. Like, all right, you don't like the first face sculpt? We'll give you guys moving eyes. We'll adjust a little bit here and there. We'll fix the shape a little bit of the head. There you go. So if I miss out on this one, I'm not too worried about it because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another version of him. And I only need one version of a character. I don't need like all 3 or 4 versions of the character.
Yeah, certain characters I feel like I need to, but yeah, majority of figures I just need one. I'm with you there. I actually really like this photo here. I think it looks really good here.
The articulation's good too.
Yeah.
Again,
I love the robes,
figures, man.
I think this is one of those figures when you get in hand and play around with it a little bit, you'll like it a lot more.
Sure.
Yeah. The hands look funky though. Like those hands right there, they just look weird. No matter how they use it, you see, like right there, holding the belt. It just looks weird. It looks like kind of they do from what was that scary movie where the guy had like that funny hand?
Oh, Scary Movie 2.
My strong hand. No, give me your other hand.
No matter what picture you go to, it kind of looks funky. Like that one hand right there. And when he's doing the lightsaber too, he has the hand like that over there too. It just looks weird. So that one's covered. That's gloves. That's covered.
Speaking of hands though, I didn't even notice you get a lot of freaking hands on this release too.
Yeah, you do.
I think it's like 9.
You get a lot of good stuff with this, man. I really hope we get a robe like this for if we ever get a new Qui-Gon or something.
Yeah,
updated robe like this, because man,
that was a good point you said before too about the different options you could have them too with the robe on and off, like with the gloves and everything. So that's a cool option too.
Yeah. Man, Tighter FL saying, ever since I heard someone say he looks like he's wearing a bald cap, I can't unsee it. Yeah, I see that too. I forget who said that, but I think I was in that live stream. But yeah, man. Good looking figure though. I'll probably get him eventually. I didn't think he was going to get waitlisted within a couple days after release, but I wasn't really paying too much attention. But I'll get him in my collection sooner than later.
I think he'll be around.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Oh, you said Easy said it. Okay.
Yeah, I can see Easy.
Yeah, Mr. Easy. Funny guy. Guys, we got 28 in the house. Make sure to hit that like button on your way in. Thank you all for being here with us. We're going to talk about one more figure, unless somebody has something else to say about.
Is there a picture that shows what everything he comes with, or they haven't?
Yeah, I was going to look for that. I wonder. I know.
I want to see the true color of that lightsaber.
Did Aaron go? Did you go?
That's
Aaron?
a dope photo right
Yeah, I
there.
did.
Yeah,
that is a dope.
I love that photo.
Oh, that guy.
Dude, and I also like how the boots, like the design of the boots, let you
those are nice.
articulate them, better. You don't have to worry about the pleather so much.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the picture with everything.
But they won't do it in the blogger. You got to do that in the
show.
You got to go to the proto photos for that.
All these snakes.
Okay, so next thing I want to talk about, right? Next thing I want to talk about is not necessarily this figure. We can talk a little bit about it if you want, but I want to really talk about the process of getting in line and having a lot of issues here and there. I think it's not every figure that we have issues with, but I think this is like the second or third time where you stand in line, it freezes up, you get pushed into the back of the line. The website, basically goes, blue screen like the old days with Halo. I mean, it's like what is going on? Does this worry you guys with anything? I mean, maybe not this figure, but like, let's say it was an artisan figure that you really wanted. Let's say it was like an artisan, Thor D'Lo that you really wanted, and then all of a sudden you were like at number 1,000, so you're right, you're pretty good, right? You're probably gonna get them, and then all of a sudden it freezes up, your number jams or whatever, and then you come back on, you're back to 3,000.
Yeah, I'll give you a real life experience. That happened with Anakin. I was like 200, 300 in the queue, something like that, something super low, and then by the time it refreshed itself, sold out.
Man,
wow,
robbed. I almost lost my job trying to get this thing, and I because us East Coasters, that's never a good time for these raffles on the East Coast time. So I was just like, man, I was in the break room. They were calling me. He's like, anybody see him? Anybody see him? I'm like,
he's like, I'll be right there.
It's like, give me a minute. I eventually went to the
I'm talking to my wife. Don't worry.
No lie. I had to duck, and I went into the bathroom, went to the toilet just to continue the raffle. So it's just like, someone's knocking. You okay in there? You've been out for a while. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sick. It hurts. And I still swung and missed. Yep. Must have been that taco I had. Sorry, guys. I don't know. But yeah, I still swung and missed. So yeah, what we're talking about, very relatable for me because I'm a victim.
A victim.
That's tough, man. Yeah, did anybody get this figure? Was anybody able to?
Anybody try? Actually, I did.
Yeah, you got it, D'Lo?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I tried to get this guy, and I mean, I was at, I don't know, like 2,400 or something. So I was like, I think I should be good, but by the time it kept pausing, kept freezing on me, like I was saying, and then all of a sudden said within a minute I'll be in. I was like, cool. So I got in. And I saw the price, I saw everything. I hit the pre-order, and all of a sudden I had like a little circle going, and that was going on for forever. I was like, do I refresh? Because I'm afraid if I refresh, I'll lose everything. I'll just wait a little bit. And then all of a sudden it said timed out. I had like 3 reasons and why it probably happened. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And and like groups and everything, I kept hearing like the same thing happening to people getting pushed out. So when I hit refresh, it then put me back to 3,000, said over an hour wait time. I was like, you know what? At least it's not an artisan figure that I really wanted, or a Spider-Man or something. So I'm okay. But man, that ticked me off. And
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like all the errors and getting kicked out, it doesn't surprise me. But what surprises me is that these thousands of people have $400 to $500 to spend on a fucking figure. It's like trying to get a PS5. I get it. Everybody wanted the PS5, but these are figures we're talking about. Not everybody has the money.
Yo, that's true when you think about it like that.
Yeah.
It's thousands of people trying to get these figures, bro. Thousands.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then they upsell them. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Or cancel them when they're about to come out.
Yep. Yeah. I want to say one thing about this figure too. I don't like that it's batteries for his helmet here. That worries me a little bit. So I've heard it. I believe so. I thought it was USB, and then all of a sudden, yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like the only reason they did that though, where would you have had the cable coming out of?
I get that, but it's not really going to light up like we're seeing here. You know, like you look at this and it looks really good, and then when you get it with the batteries, and then you got to worry about the batteries in the helmet, all that. So yeah. I don't know, just a thought. But yeah, it worries me a little bit. Hopefully, Sideshow can get that straightened out, as I'm sure a lot more of these limited figures are going to be coming about. Hopefully, we don't have that issue again. People are going to go crazy.
It's going to happen. If it's more than like 2,000-3,000 people trying to get it, it's going to happen, bro.
Yep. Well, I think, you know, as a website or a business, though, from their perspective, they have a statistical number on their backside. You know what I mean? They're always looking at how each one did. So it could have been a freak accident, to be honest. I don't think they might have even expected it to get that crazy. There could have been a breach in their, you know, website for any chance, for whatever the case may be on the IT side. We just never know. So I personally got that hit with that as well. That like it said something like there was like an error or something like that, and then it kicked me out and then it pushed me back in. I carded it, but I didn't go through with it just because I just couldn't swing it. I just wanted to see if I was able to actually possibly get it. And then it was
get out the queue, bro.
Yeah,
get out the queue.
Well,
you are the problem, sir.
That right there.
Hey,
that guy right there.
Hey, but
I didn't even want it.
It was
the guy
really
behind
weird.
you was so mad right now. You don't even know.
It was really weird. After it waitlisted, it was still in my cart for like a half hour later until like.
You need to stop. You need to stop telling this story right now.
Hey, I'm just being honest here. I'm trying to give people free game on how this shit works, but.
Oh my gosh,
I think it's just the way that the website is built. You know what I mean? The way that they build each event. You know, I just don't think that they were expecting that specific figure to go, you know, that crazy like hotcakes. But at the same time, the number, you know, spoke for itself. So
it's a pattern with these damn exclusives. Besides those 2 gold and chrome troopers, fuck those troopers.
Ooh,
it's a pattern, bro. It's a pattern.
Yeah,
they're gonna sell out most of the time.
Yeah, I think like in the future, like if we have more drops and releases, like even like Brick was saying, it's not an artisan. Had anybody did any of that happen to people when it was an artisan figure? You would expect that to happen on an artisan release. So the fact that that happened like that, yeah, everybody says that troopers are chasing and grill figures down the line, and they go up in the market value later on. I agree with that, but I would expect that to happen with like a really dope like artisan figure that we've had, and we've had a lot so far, and that hasn't happened. So, you know,
I don't think it has to do with the trooper though, if I'm being honest. You know what I think it is? I think Sideshow has a garbage website.
Yeah, it has to do with IT.
But I think they got a garbage website, and they did one raffle for a more popular figure a few hours ago. They probably didn't have time to like refresh something or whatever, reset the modem at the office. I don't know what they do over there. You know what I mean?
Somebody put a jammer in the office.
And you know, and I think a lot of people probably might have like missed out on the Obi, and they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna try to get this trooper instead because I missed out on the Obi one. And then you had a flood of people who was coming in for the trooper and trying to chase something because they missed out on the first thing to drop. That's what I think happened.
And quite frankly, too, like speaking on that, like, you know, you had 2 drops in one day.
They can't do that. They can't do that.
They can't. Well, not that they can't do it, but I guarantee you, you know, they have an X amount of people working on each drop. You know, they're not having like, oh, you guys have to do this Obi-Wan drop and take your 30-minute lunch break and then be ready for the other. Like they have 2 different teams, you know, working on this. So, you know, they might have put more eggs in their basket on one drop versus the other, you know, just the way that they were riding, you know, the hype and the wave. But I think it had to be all based on the site. They take all of that collective data and information, and then the following release, it could be smooth. You know what I mean? So I think they learn every time they do this. to implement it to the future ones.
Like the Gold Trooper after 000.
Yeah.
Right.
How smooth that was.
Yep. Man, yeah, Tighter FL was saying I had this comment up for a little bit, but people have multiple tabs open that probably affect the speed too. That's possible. It's possible. Timed out for me, so I hit back and then clicked on recently viewed where the fig was showing and was able to secure. That's nice. I should have wish I would have known.
Yes, I heard
it's kind of weird too, because like I haven't the past couple drops. I was doing that, having multiple tabs open, but I haven't had luck with that. Every tab that I would open would have the same number, so it's like
it helped me. It helped me a couple times. The last two, it's been the same number.
Right.
It helps me.
But I think
That's
it's
nice,
all
Aaron.
I think it's all based on how ready you are. The best thing that you can do to get yourself ready is know when it's coming out, know when to RSVP, know when to get into the wait. Because believe it or not, that Artisan Luke, the Dark Empire Luke, that was the lowest number that I've had out of all the releases, and I was going through the rehearsal of my wedding, and I'm over here just like on the side, and I got hit with like a 300 number.
Yeah.
For
Dude, I was at a really low number for Kenobi. I was like at 117.
But what was weird? What was weird about that drop is that I didn't bother pre-signing in and doing all that bullshit. Like when I got in, it was almost like I almost felt like it almost like prioritized non-customers and just people going to the website versus people that already have an account. So I partially haven't been doing that and making sure that I'm signed in and all of that, because it almost feels like they're taking everybody's account and being like, all right, well, you guys are towards the back. Let's just grab somebody that's just randomly.
There's no rhyme or reason, man. That commando that I got, I wasn't gonna go get it, but I was feeling good because I secured the bag with the Obi-Wan early in the day. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try my luck again. So I registered like 5 minutes before, and I got in the queue. It was at 190 for me. That was my best number.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I usually prepare like a half an hour at a time in advance, and I'm always at the back line, like sweating.
You think if you get in there 30 minutes early, 20 minutes
you think
early,
that's not guaranteed. Not a guarantee.
It's all randomized.
I did it 5 minutes before the event. I popped in at 190, and then when the whole thing went crazy, it jumped me up to 1900 and back to 190.
Dude, and we're lucky. We're lucky, D-Lo, because these people, some of these people in this community, they know what bots are. But like me and you, like the sneaker game. Dude, if there were bots involved, none of this would be happening. Nobody would be getting a figure.
Everyone would be buying them from me.
Literally.
That would be so sad. Buying bots for figures. That's so
what?
I'd
be done at that point. I'd be like,
they don't call me D-Lo the Collector for nothing. I got you, Oompa Trooper.
Well, guys, we have top or bottom coming up, and I'll explain the rules for that here in a minute for Mr. P-Rock here in D-Lo. But real quick, I do want to talk about the giveaway one more time at the end of the show. We have a chance to win up to a $50, basically $50 in-store credit to CollectorzOwn. All you'll have to do is set up an account, and you can get anywhere from $5 to $50. Or if you choose to get a hoodie or a shirt, that's on you too. We'll choose a lucky player in the chat to play the Take It or Leave It game and have a chance to win. I'll explain more of that later. But let's get in to top or bottom. All right. So top or bottom is a game, P-Rock, and D-Lo, that you basically it's this or that. So I have anywhere from 3 to 5 figures, movies, video games, whatever it might be on top, and 3 to 5 on the bottom. And you have to choose either the top or the bottom. You can't choose one up there, one down there. It's got to be that whole entire row. If you choose the top, then everything at the bottom and everything that's with it is gone. Same for, if you choose the bottom for the top. So Yeah. So, P-Rock, do you want to go first, or you want me to have D-Lo go first? I'll let you decide.
It don't matter.
All right, I'm gonna get you going here first.
There we go. Get him involved,
All right.
man.
Get
Come on,
you
P-Rock.
in. Yeah. So
Get shy now.
I thought it was
Now, I
something
do-
sexual when you first went.
I mean, that's
Oh,
that's the
whoa.
point. That's the point. I also have one
Just
called.
that's the point.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Wow.
I got a couple weird titles here, but you gotta have fun, right?
He's like, I can't choose. I want both.
So I do have 3 different ones here. I want to do this one first for P-Rock. P-Rock, this was hard to do. So I kind of went on your videos and kind of saw a lot of the different stuff that you review and talk about, different live streams, whatnot. So I try to make this as hard as possible. Obviously, your name is P-Rock, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have
So
to
or
top.
PROCKZILLA. So I know you like your Godzilla. Everybody knows that. But I try to put like Marvel, TMNT, Dragon Ball down here. So yeah, my friend. Which one are you gonna pick? If 3 had to go and 3 were able to stay, top or bottom?
Are you sure this is for P-Rock or for both?
Yeah,
of us?
no, like the only part that made it hard was the turtle.
It's for everybody.
When I saw Godzilla top, I gotta go top because at first I was like DC, is like, then I was like, all right, Demon Slayer, you know, that's good, that's not bad. But I can't be without Godzilla, man. So yeah, I have to go top.
Top.
Let's go.
Ain't true.
Okay.
Take it from the top.
You're a top kind of guy. Top kind of guy. I see. All right, Aaron. Where are you? Are you a top or bottom kind of guy? Don't say bottom at this point.
Because
I'll take my
P-Rock's
bottom.
here. Because P. Oh wow. Because P-Rock's here, I'll go top.
So if he wasn't here, you go bottom.
It would take me longer to decide, but since he's here, I'll make it quick.
Dragon Ball. I'm saying Dragon Ball Turtles was the tough one there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
And
at.
that goes for like all Dragon Ball Z, Super, everything. So, D-Lo.
Man, easy one for me. It's gonna be bottom. If you switch DC and Marvel, that'd be in clean sweep for me, bro.
Yeah.
Because
I did that part. I did kind of for you too, because I wanted to make that hard.
You
Put
knew
DC up there. Yeah.
But Turtles is can't disrespect my Turtles. And Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball like crazy. So
yeah,
2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'll go bottom.
Okay. All right.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. For me,
for D-Lo. If they started making 6-scale Dragon Ball figures, would you get them or no?
Man, I got a strict rule when it comes to like animation because I like my movie style there. Like me and Brick go back and forth like Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie, but I go back and forth if I want to buy it or not because it's a different style to the rest collection. But if it was Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball is my jam, I would do it, especially if it was Vegeta and Piccolo. Like that's
oh man,
dude, if you give me those 2 figures, like I can't resist.
Yeah, Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, the list just goes on. Gohan, jeez, some good characters there. Flavio, my good sir, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this. Top or bottom?
This one's an easy one for me as well. I'm definitely gonna go with the bottom. Dragon Slayer, I don't know really too much
Dragon
about.
Slayer.
How dare you?
Demon Slayer.
Brother.
Yo, you know you see demon. You see the demon.
No.
Almost as bad as
I honestly
Artisan.
didn't see
Disrespect. Wow.
I didn't see it, but
I even looked to it. He said Dragon Slayer. I'm looking at him like, where the hell is Dragon Slayer?
Like, it's right by your head on the screen, bro. You can't even read it. That's crazy.
cut me a break. I'm a couple.
That's crazy.
But the Demon Slayer, I know is a big anime. Everybody loves that, but I don't really know too much about it. I haven't really watched it, but Godzilla, I'm kind of a partial viewer. I don't know all the old school movies, so I don't really want to say that. I know a lot about Godzilla, and then DC, beside out of the big 3, that's my, third favorite IP there. So I'm definitely going to go with the bottom. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Super, all that stuff. I'm all into that. I love, that's for me, that's besides, it's kind of tough because that was my favorite anime, but besides Naruto and like Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff, that was like, you know, my favorite anime. That's what got me into anime. So
you can say Jujutsu Kaisen, but can't say
Yeah,
dude, I swear I couldn't see.
I'd be struggling. I'm like Jujutsu Kaisen.
But Turtles as well. Like, you know, how can you not love the Ninja Turtles? I loved all the, you know, live action movies. Those were my jam. The cartoon, you know, is really cool as well. And I also like I forget what was it like. I forget what the name of the actual cartoon of the Turtles was. Not the old classic one, but there was another one as I was growing up that I really loved as well. It was always on, you know, Saturday mornings on what was that channel?
That one, yeah.
Four Kids.
The Peter Laird one, I think.
Yeah, it was like 4 Kids TV. They always had that one playing, and I loved watching that one growing up. And I had like a lot of the action figures for that. So I love Turtles, and then Marvel. You know, can't go wrong with that. That's like my number 2. I bounce between that and Star Wars, so I can't really turn my back on that. So definitely going with the bottom.
Nice choices. So we have 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom. Before I break the tie here, I do want to say hello to our good friend Brian Wong from Maji Space and himself, Mr. Brian, Yo panel bros and all. Thank you for being here, Brian, as you always tend to stop by every episode. So I really do appreciate you. Have to get you on the show here one day. I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, like, you got Godzilla up there. I love Godzilla. Absolutely love Godzilla, but it's I'm putting myself up against.
Don't you dare say Dragon Slayer.
Man, I might on accident now that you got it in my head, but man, he put Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer together.
That's what he did.
But I got
yeah, that's what I did.
I got TMNT and Marvel down here. And I gotta go at the end of the day. I gotta go bottom just because of the numbers there.
That's interesting.
I got to, but I would say Godzilla is up there, being pretty tied with Marvel for me throughout my childhood to now. I would say is up there, but when I look at Turtles and Dragon Ball, I like more than Demon Slayer, and Turtles. I guess it's probably tied with DC. So, but because of Dragon Ball beating Demon Slayer, I'll probably go with bottom.
Wow, sure. I was not expecting that.
That's tough.
I definitely thought you would have picked top just for the Godzilla. You know,
I know, man. Really I know it's tough. I love my Godzilla, man, but you're putting Godzilla versus Dragon Ball, Turtles, and Marvel.
Yep.
You know,
3 against 1.
DC's there too, but
Turtles.
I need my old DC back. I need DC back when, childhood and growing up with the Dark Knight and all of that. So once DC Marvel, makes a comeback for me.
Is this the MCU, like the movie stuff, or this is comic book also?
It's everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Yep. Everything Godzilla, everything TMNT, movies, comics,
cartoons. You would destroy Godzilla? That's crazy.
Not that I want to, but I don't want to. I don't want to destroy TMNT and Marvel either. Like. It's big. That's big.
That's valid.
That's big. Okay, we got at least one more. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this one. D'Lo, this one is a little bit more specific to you.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna go ahead and pop yours out here. Shouldn't say it like that. Pop
it out.
Pause.
All right.
Whip it out. You want top or
So
bottom?
I did my research on this one as well. I went through.
Man.
You guys have not checked out D'Lo the Collector's videos. He has a top 10 Marvel in his collection, top 10 DC in his collection, and top 10 Star Wars in his collection. And I took 2 or 3 of his favorites from each line.
You're a villain for that, bro.
Along with adding Kenobi Vader here, and try to mix and match a little bit for my good buddy D'Lo.
I feel like you gave P-Rock the easy one, and you made it personal.
That was a hard one, dude. That was hard.
Yeah,
Godzilla versus 3 things.
Godzilla versus the world, basically.
Yeah. But look at like Murderer's Row my man has. So he took everything from my videos and he just put them like, here you go.
It was like a personal.
That's damn.
Yeah.
Remind me to tell me what I did to deserve this, but all right. Let's play. All right. All right. So you got my number one at the top there.
Yep.
And you have one of my close to my number ones. I think 2 and 2 respectively. So two figures that are on my top 10 list. Gladiator Thor and Ben Kenobi. You dirty. And you did, and on top of you got a number 2 for my DC on that list. Oh,
yep.
And he put my favorite Luke on top.
Your favorite Luke,
the wrong thing.
Your favorite Luke up against that Kenobi Vader that you've been talking so high on. So
wait, so if we get rid of like, say if we choose bottom, that's getting rid of all the top figures, right?
No, all the top figures,
all versions,
and all any 2. Not all versions, but any 2.0s of that version.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant like all renditions of that.
Yeah. No, like there'll be other Lukes. Okay. There can be other Yondus, but I mean,
that's tough though. Still.
All right. I made peace with my decision over here. So, with a heavy heart, I'm gonna have to say top. I picked top.
Wow.
Damn,
that's it's. Listen, because you
got
a
Batman
89.
You got Han. That's my number 1 Star Wars figure. You got 89 Joker up there, so I still got some Batman DC love up there. You got my favorite Luke on there, Yondu, one of the best head sculpts ever made and ever. And then you got Christopher Reeve Superman. I mean,
but you lose your favorite Star-Lord. You lose your 89 Batman to go with the Joker.
Jack Nicholson without the 89
right.
Batman, though. Like, that's insane.
Bro, you gotta make choices in life, Papa. Life's not fair.
Damn, Brick's not fair.
No, he's not. Nah, he's mean as shit for doing this to me here. Because again, he got Godzilla, Demon Slayer, and all that stuff, and I got this. He had 3 choices on top and bottom. I got like 8 over here, or whatever this is, or 10.
Yeah, that was crazy.
This is inhumane here, man.
I just wanted to see P-Rock how much he actually loved Godzilla. I had a little.
I will say both top and bottom are very good though. I like what you did for me here because those are both lists. You can't go.
What I should have done is put like, maybe I should have put. I didn't want to put the Joker with Batman. That was the problem. Because I didn't want you to have that combo for Joker and Batman or Yondu and Star-Lord. So I kept them separate. But I should have put.
So remind me the rules real quick here. So like they're gone. All the ones at the bottom are gone.
Mm-hmm. All the ones at the bottom are gone.
But like Batman returns. He's not gone. He's still there. Like he's somewhere.
That version of Batman is gone.
This version, 89 Batman is gone forever. No 2.0s, 3.0s, whatever. But you can still get that Batman.
I get my 92. It's all good.
Yep.
I get my 92 Batman. All right.
But no Star-Lord. That's your favorite Star-Lord right there.
That one sucks because that's the best Star-Lord. That one hurts personally. And my Gladiator Thor. And my you know what? Let's move on to the next subject. This is ridiculous.
He's like, before I change my mind.
P-Rock, which one are you going, man? You going top or bottom?
That's awesome.
See, I did a little process of elimination. So I'll take the Han over the Star-Lord. That Batman was the only tough one. That's the only tough one. I'm more of a Star Wars collector than I am like MCU. So the Batman was a tough one because it's true you can't have Batman without Joker, but you can have Joker hanging out with Yondu. They could just be both laughing on the side somewhere, so I'm happy with that. And I agree, man. That's my favorite Luke too. That the Snowspeeder Luke, man, the freaking helmet, just the weathering on that freaking figure. So, Yondu between Yondu. I'm once again, I'm not MCU guy, but that's a nice figure. I do admit it's a nice figure, so I definitely have that over Thor. And then Superman, you gotta have Superman over. I know Star Wars, Obi-Wan, but come on, you got Superman. Yeah, I go with Superman, so I'll take the top 2. The only tough one was the Batman.
Two top. Before we get to Aaron here, I do want to say real quick, Movie Canon is saying bottom. As I showed. One Adam 12 is saying top. That Han and Superman are amazing. So is that Luke. Joker is a Grail. Tighter FL is saying bottom because no other OT Kenobi figure. And of course, Evil Sneakers, Kenobi overall. I bet you I could just put Kenobi by himself and he would still have put,
do a top or bottom for Steve.
Man, when if he ever comes on the show, I'm just gonna do Kenobi versus the world. That's what I'm gonna do.
No, Kenobi versus Kenobi and have
you got enough Kenobis now to do that.
That would be good.
You got enough Kenobis now. Mm-hmm.
One Adam 12 saying, Steve, that Kenobi is an amazing figure for sure. Same with Kenobi Vader. And we've got Trash Panda. What is up? Thank you for showing up here. Saying bottom. So, it's tough. Tough. Where are you going, Aaron? Are you going top or bottom?
So process of elimination. Star-Lord, I'll take him over just Han in a disguise. That's okay. I'm not really the biggest 89 fan, but it's Batman, so I gotta go with him. Vader over Luke. That's not my Luke. And Thor is a bigger character than Yondu. And then give me Kenobi. That's not my Superman. Henry Cavill is.
Wow.
So what's your Luke?
Mando Luke, or Return of the Jedi Luke.
Okay. So you're going bottom.
Yep.
I just want you to know that I'm starting to realize how weird of a question this is to ask all these men on the panel.
Top or bottom, I know.
Flavio, top or bottom, my good sir?
Yeah, this is definitely way tough for me too, just because these are all great figures, man. But if I had to choose, I would probably pick the bottom as well. I've been wanting that Star-Lord, like Dilo said. I think that's the best one.
Yep.
So that's badass. It sucks, that's over the, that Han, but there's other versions, and I like him besides the disguise suit, I like the classic Han Solo outfit. You know what I mean? With the holsters and the pants and stuff like that. So I would definitely choose a different Han, for my first one. You cannot disrespect 89. So
Sorry.
It's kind of tough, that you got to pick one or the other. I love Jack Nicholson. I think he paved the way for a lot of people, besides Romero, being the Joker. But I think he really, did a great job as Joker. But me, my favorite Joker is Heath Ledger. I think he's, the epitome of that character. The Vader, I think, is just, a badass Vader, and I don't think you're going to get another Vader that's like that. If I would have picked the top, it would have eliminated that one. Sure, I would have been able to pick other Vaders, but all the other Vaders have certain likenesses, a lot of similar things compared to this one. So I really love that bottom Vader there. It kind of sucks though, because that speeder Luke is really, really nice. Like you guys were saying, I think he looks, he's one of the best ones that have come out, but there's so many other good ones too. You have that, the farm boy Luke, you have the Mando one, which I really like. I think, that was underestimated until it got into collectors' hands and everybody's seen it. But that kind of does sting. That one stings a lot. That Thor, I think, is the best one as well compared to the classic one. I just really like, this version of Thor. You got the markings on his face too, so it makes him look, cooler.
Is that Thor going for a lot of money?
I think he is. I think he's going for like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 450.
Last time I checked.
Right,
actually, it's good for like 3.
I would love to get that one, but the only reason that I wouldn't get it is because if I can't get the Hulk, I don't want that one. So,
I've seen people like sell Hulk for crazy deals, bro.
Yeah, but for me, that's like a 2-package deal. If I can't get that Hulk, then I'm not going for that Thor.
Fun fact: when I picked up mine, I got Thor and Hulk together in a deal.
There you go. You see?
Oh, nice.
We think alike. That Yondu, though, like Dilo was saying, I still think that's one of the best head sculpts that they have done. It's kind of a loophole there, though. Guys, refresh me here. I don't know what other Yondu they would make, but
he was in the first and second film, so
I think I like his classic one from the first film, but I think that there's a possibility that we could, loophole that and possibly get a remake of that head sculpt, or even better eventually, even if it's with a different outfit. So I would take a easy second on that and then just deal with it, just to be able to have the whole bottom row. That Superman up top hurts me a little bit, but it's not the Superman that I grew up with, so I could kind of live without it, even though I know that that's like the meta for all DC fans. I'm there with Aaron. You know, Henry Cavill is my dude, obviously, because that's who I grew up with. So I'm gonna pick the bottom on that as well. And then you have, you know, old man Kenobi. You know, you don't need to see my whatever he said there in the beginning. Like that's just classic, bro. So I love that version of Kenobi. I think, you know, he was a great actor and he did very well, you know, in that role. But as well, there's a lot of other great Kenobis. So I would definitely go with the bottom, though, if I had to pick.
Man, so we have a lot of people in the chat going bottom also. But to finish it off here, I think I'm going to go with top.
Ooh.
And the reason is because I can still get my Batman Returns, which is my favorite Batman movie. Batman Returns.
You should have said all Batman.
I know. But see, I knew I was gonna have to choose, so I didn't want to say that. Wow. and then it's got my all-time biggest grail figure right now that I really want is the Joker, 89 Joker. And that Superman Reeves. So I want those two figures more than anything on this here list.
But
so
no Batman.
Over anything that's been announced.
I can still get Batman Returns, you know? Like I can get that Batman Returns, put it with the Joker, and you wouldn't really know too much, you know?
Even over anything that's been announced or released as well?
That Artisan Anakin's up there. I'll say that.
But wait, did you get Anakin? No. Oh, you didn't get it?
I got 4 out of 6 Artisans, man. So like I'm at the point where I might trade 2 for 1 at this point. Like I really want that.
Don't do that.
I really want. I won't. But it's
give me your Scarlet Witch and he's yours.
No. That's my girl, man. You can't do that shit. I'll give you Loki. I'll give you Loki and Luke.
Yeah.
Wow. For Anakin?
That's
I want
crazy,
Anakin,
dude.
bad.
I wouldn't do that either.
No, I shouldn't.
Don't do that.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I just shouldn't. I'm not saying I will.
But you can find him still. You'll be able to find him eventually.
Yeah, for like $800.
Yeah, he's gonna be tough, especially since there's only one SKU of him. It's not a regular.
Yeah, that's tough. I think we'll get more in the future, but yeah, as of right now, he's probably going to be worth the most. But Collection Obsession, what is up, my good friend? Thank you for being here. Don't worry about being late, man. You didn't miss too much. We just talked about some figures and doing some top or bottom.
Losing his mind, bro. What you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
all right, guys.
I'm glad it's a game. I got all these figures. I'm living good. I'm eating all right.
He's like, I'm glad this is just imaginary.
Yeah.
I have one more. We'll make this one a little bit quicker, guys. But this one's kind of interesting. This one's for all of us, and what this one is the top. I'll start with the bottom. The bottom is all the figures that the 5 my top 5 figures that have been released so far this year, compared to my top 5 figures released at this time last year, so up to May. Okay, so this isn't anything from June to December. What's up?
I see what you did here, though. You put Scarlet on top or bottom, so whichever one you pick.
I'll take her either way. You win either way. If she goes on top or bottom.
These are my favorite figures. Now, obviously, everybody's is different, but up until May. Okay, so like the Batman's not on here, you know, Toby's not on here, because I saw Toby was actually released on the 31st of December, so he did not make the list. You know, stuff like that. But it's interesting to see what was released at this time, both years. Some similarities, some not. I'm going to start with Aaron on this one, and I'm going to ask you, sir, top or bottom, 2023 or 2024?
I hate you for putting Carnage on the top. I'm gonna have to go bottom though.
You're gonna go bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're destroying Carnage.
Hey, I'm looking like Yomo out here. Wow.
I know.
Yeah, Kenobi Vader. I got him. I got that Wanda. I want Black Adam, especially when the Inner Cavill comes out. I'm gonna have to pair those two.
That's gonna be nice.
I want that Strange. And fuck that Thor. But bottom.
Oh man. Yeah, it's good. It was either Thor or Daredevil. I chose Thor.
I just didn't like the movie, bro. That movie.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think the Thor looks pretty cool though, but
yeah, he does. If you don't have a Thor, you should probably get him.
Yeah. P-Rock. Which year do you think's the better year so far? Up to May.
It was a tough one, man, because damn you for putting freaking Black Adam in the bottom.
Yo.
Damn you. Because that figure, I don't want anything to do with that damn thing. But I'm going to have to pick the bottom anyways, unfortunately, because
That's
like,
good.
I'll trade that Black Adam for anything on the top. But yeah, I'll go bottom because
Wait,
that Death
why you feel so strong about Black Adam? What do I not know here?
I just don't like The Rock, dude. I just don't like
Oh.
The Rock.
What?
He plays the same every movie, man. He's the modern Steven Seagal, man.
I don't disagree.
Yo, he said the modern.
Every movie's the same, and he does a people's eyebrow every movie. And the reason I didn't like about him doing Black Adam is he refused to have the hair and even the pointy ears. He refused.
The ears
You
sucks,
could at least did the ears at least.
And then he also refused to do a movie with Shazam.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like,
wish
what's
you
a
would've.
Shazam?
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You
what's
basically
that?
say The Rock doesn't do this, so you're playing The Rock. So I don't support that character. I don't support the actor. I mean, he's a cool guy though. Wrestling wise, he's cool. The final boss.
Sure.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's true.
Yeah,
He's
word.
fun on
Rock bottom, bro.
Acting
Like,
wise,
if you smell.
Sure.
I just feel like that's the only Black Adam we're gonna get. We're
Yeah.
not getting
Oh yeah, 100%.
Unfortunately, you're right.
100%. Let's see, Dilo. What are you thinking, man?
I'm gonna go with bottom because I love that Black Adam. Right? Now I get to pick that Vader I love so much. I like that Wanda more than the WandaVision one.
No.
You like bacon too, right?
What happened?
You like bacon too?
It's like what?
Bacon, like food, bacon.
Bacon.
Oh, it's like bacon? What do you mean?
Do you like bacon? Do you like bacon?
Oh yeah, who doesn't like bacon?
Who doesn't like bacon?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
You know what I don't
bacon.
like? Turkey bacon. I'll fight that one.
Word.
That one. That's not real bacon. But anyways, damn, got me sidetracked thinking now I want bacon. But no. So I kind of agree with what you said, P-Rock, about like The Rock, how he is as an actor. You're right. Like if you've seen one Rock movie, you kind of seen them all because he's the same dude in every single one. 100%. But yeah, I mean, as The Rock himself on wrestling, dope as hell. But figure wise, this figure is amazing looking. Like it's scary.
He got his head sculpt like
they got the
on.
people's eyebrow, bro. They didn't have to throw that
really
sculpt
did.
in there. He never did it once in the movie. But
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
they threw it in. They said
That was like a stipulation.
That's why the kids
for
in the
figure.
figure. I bet the
This
figure is
is-
beautiful. It looks just like him. That's why it makes me
Right.
not like even more.
like I feel like that's like a rare duff for Hot Toys when Hot Toys were looking out for collectors and said like, yeah, we know this isn't accurate, but we're gonna throw it anyway. You're welcome. That's it. But no, great looking figure. I love that Vader. I've said that multiple times already. The Multiverse of Madness one that I think looks really, really good. I like her more than the WandaVision. Nothing wrong with the WandaVision, but I think this is the better one. That usually happens when it comes in second, right?
Sure.
Carnage is tough. I love this Carnage. This is a banger of a figure. So this is where it starts to get a little harder here, but that Doctor Strange is nothing to sleep on. That zombie looking one is dope as hell.
Yeah.
Now, Wonder Woman hurts. That's my girl. And this Thor is doo-doo. Like Andy said. This is a terrible Thor, but it is what it is. So you can't have them all. So I'm going to go with bottom.
Okay.
Wow, you made him destroy the Vader. Now he's getting it back.
Just like that.
Now he's getting
See
it
how
back
it
just like
is?
that.
See how it
That's how he
works?
does it. Voila.
Look at that.
Voila. Flavio, which one are you going? 23 or 24? Top or bottom?
I'm gonna definitely have to go with the bottom here for sure.
Yes,
too,
sir.
man. It's just the only thing that's holding me back up top is the Carnage, bro. Like that. I think if that was on the bottom, it would have been a clean sweep for me, bro. Like that. Still, to me, I think that might be like a contending figure of the decades. Like it's so good. Like it's really good, and especially when you get it in hand. But the bottom, like. The only one, the only two that I'm not like crazy about is, the Black Adam. Like one, I didn't really like. I'm not the biggest DC guy. I'll say it all the time, but I don't think the movie was awesome. Like I didn't really like the movie. So, the fact that it was The Rock playing him was cool to me. Like that was what made me want to try to give it a chance and watch it and see if DC kind of rekindled their you know, writing and, you know, all that stuff. But
oh boy,
I just, I don't know. Like the figure's cool, but like for me, like I don't know. Like I don't think it's the best. Like I don't think it's the best for The Rock. I think it could have been a smidge better.
What
But
you done different, bro? It's
no,
Rock, bro.
Like
Take
I
the
think
Rock out and put somebody better.
no. I think the likeness
Make it
is
Shazam.
good. I think the likeness is good, but I think I just always resonate The Rock with like, you know, looking like a wrestler. So I just feel like seeing him in a superhero suit is just weird a little bit. I don't know.
Well, I'm not saying he was a good Black Adam, but I'm saying the figure looks good though. Like it's
the
damn near
the
perfection.
figure's cool, and I like how it has the, you know, the hieroglyphics all over the suit. I really dig that. Like that's one of my favorite things about the figure. It just feels like, I don't know, like his physique with the suit. I feel like the actual figure is so damn big. Like it's like almost unrealistic.
The Rock,
I
man.
don't know, bro. I don't know what it is. I feel like if he was in his wrestling gear, it would just be so much more believable for me. I don't know why. Don't judge me.
I got you.
Well, in this case, you're comparing him to Ahsoka. So which one are you gonna go for?
Good point.
Well, that's another thing too, though. That Ahsoka like is a good Ahsoka, but we already have a new Ahsoka coming out, so it's like I'm okay with, you know, passing on her. I know if I try to do that pose, her arms are gonna break.
Bro,
anyways.
her arms are
so. I have yet to move the arms at all. Like I'm scared.
Oh, you got to do it, man.
I think what I'm gonna do is
even I move the arms.
You gotta warm up the joints. You'll be fine, bro.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull off all the armor and the gauntlets and stuff, and then find where it's bending so I can see it and then do it.
Well, Flavio's gonna have gloves and like a microscope while he's working on that thing.
Dead ass. That's literally what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't making a joke. I know you enough to be like, yeah.
I might get poo-pooed on this too here. That Vader though, like I love the Vader, but then that Captain America, like that's not my Captain America. I'm sorry, bro. Like I'd rather the old guy that was sitting on the bench over this guy. Like
damn.
That was like that it just hit me hard. Like it hit me hard at the end, you know, that we just didn't have Chris Evans anymore, and just having this guy looking like, you know, a Captain America Power Ranger.
Speaking of this,
I just love like when he started, it wasn't that bad. I was like, well, I can see that, but then he said, I'd rather have the old guy. I was like, that's messed up,
bro.
That's messed up.
Like I know I'm gonna get poo-pooed on that but it's
you could have
like,
left that part out. You know what I'm saying? Now you're just being disrespectful.
That could have been the after
like
show.
he's not my favorite version. Like he's not my favorite version. So it was.
Let me defend this Cap though. At least the figure. I'm gonna defend the figure. This figure. With the wingspan and everything, there's so much you can do with this Cap.
The figure is awesome.
This is probably the best Cap figure there is. With the wings, he's got the little jet guy that goes with him. He comes with that. You know, he's pretty posable, I think.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's great. But you know, one of the reasons too is just because I always insinuate him as Falcon more. Like I want him as a Falcon. I want that. You know what I mean? I don't want him, you know, in the suit mainly. And I didn't really like the Disney Plus show, honestly. So that's partially, you know, the reason. But that's the Scarlet face off there, like the Wanda and the Scarlet, like definitely the bottom one. I think she looks a lot better. I think, you know, the likeness. I love the suit. You know, the biggest thing is the shoulders, and I know you know that, Brick. The shoulders on the one up top is just, like it just looks like, you know, non-molded arms. I
don't understand why they couldn't do the swapping hairpiece with this WandaVision, because then you can cover up those shoulders. It would have made so much sense because they got the swapping hair for the new one. It just would have been great. I mean, maybe they just didn't have it at that point.
But I don't even know why they couldn't do swap out seamless arms.
Sure.
At that point, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they're both cool. I really like them. If I had to choose, I would pick the bottom one first and then go back and then pick the top one. The Carnage, like I said, you know, that's the toughest one for me. But, you know, that Dead Strange, he looks amazing. You know, the presence that it gives off, you know, with all the, you know, dead, you know, coming out around from him, and the fact that it's a clip-on attachment piece and it's not, you know, it's not like a cheap gimmick. I really like that, and I love the detail on that figure. The Wonder Woman too. I think she looks great, but there's a lot of other Wonder Womans out there that you can choose, especially the rooted one, you know, that a lot of people, you know, fell in love with. So
You know
I don't
how
feel like
expensive that one is.
yeah. But I feel like she's one of the definitive ones, you know what I mean? And I'm sure we'll get another one eventually. So I'm okay with, you know, passing out on her. But this Thor, yeah, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Like the arms, they look amazing. I love what people are doing with swapping out the arms and putting him on like the other Thors. I think that looks great. But for me, it's the movie that kills it. And I don't think that's the best head sculpt for him either.
Nah.
Like that head sculpt, I don't know what they were doing. I can kind of see the likeness, but it doesn't really look like him for me. So
he's got that Mace Windu problem where his head is too wide, bro. Same thing. Same thing.
It looks like
I think it's something in the eyes.
It's the beard, man.
It's the eyes, bro. It's the eyes for me.
It looks like the Ragnarok.
Mace or for Thor?
For Thor.
What's wrong with his eyes?
I just feel like his eyes look really beady. Like
beady.
Yeah, like I feel like it's the way that he the
look crazy.
How do I say that? Like
he's sucking on a lemon kind of like eyes.
Yeah, like the way that he's looking, the look of his face.
Lemon Thor, baby.
The I don't know how to explain that. The look, like the pose that they gave off for the face, I don't think was the right one. You know what I mean? They could have had like even just like a dead face, and it would have been a lot better than it.
I think that's his best head sculpt yet.
Wow, no way.
One?
I mean, just me personally, yeah, I think that's his best head sculpt yet.
I feel like
now the armor and all that's too shiny, too much. I get it, but
I would probably even choose the end game, like the fat suit Thor, over this one.
Okay.
No, he's right. That one is better.
No, I know.
That head sculpt is better.
The head sculpt, I don't know.
I feel like this one copied the Ragnarok one, the exclusive one. Was it the Toy Fair one?
Yeah.
It looks like the same damn head sculpt. Yeah.
Yep.
But everything else on the suit looks, it looks cool, but it's just too flashy for me. It's not the Thor that I want.
So which one are you choosing, Flavio?
Bottom, for sure.
Bottom. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to choose the top. And the reason why, oh yeah, bro. And here's the reason why.
I already know the reason, but go ahead. You say it first.
Why? Because there's 3 females versus
there's
one?
3 females on the damn list, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's go. No, the real reason is because I feel like this year, and especially with announcements, we're getting a lot of like remakes 2.0s, like just nonstop, or we're getting different versions of characters that we've already gotten. And I look at last year, I'm like, okay, we got Ahsoka, we got a new Cap here, okay. And then we got Carnage. We've never had a Carnage before. Okay, down here at the bottom, you get Black Adam. You get another Vader. You get another Scarlet Witch. You get another type of Doctor Strange. And you get another Thor. It just seems like it's a bunch of stuff that we've gotten, different versions. But I feel like last year was just more unique. It was more like, hey, we got a freaking Carnage to go with your Venom, and I'm a Spider-Man guy, so of course, I can't destroy Carnage. And then you got 3 females versus 1. I mean, come on.
So Carnage.
Well, bro, all 3 of those females already have figures that came out to replace these already, bro.
All
3 of them we already got.
Hold on.
Two have boyfriends.
I didn't say anything about Scarlet Witch and Wonder Woman, but Ahsoka is like the live action one. You know what I mean? So you got the first live action Ahsoka.
But bro, she's already been replaced, and she got a better one coming out next year, bro.
Yeah, that's my point. The announcements that we've been getting this year and the end of last year, it's like it's
choosing
a bunch of the same stuff.
The releases.
I'm
bro. Keep it a buck. Got 3 ladies up top. They look cute. All right, you don't like
my bullshit answer? Is that it? You don't like that?
Nah, bro. I mean, this stand on business here. Listen, you got 3 girls up there.
Oh man,
you got 3 up there. They cute. Listen. I pick Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson over The Rock. I don't blame you, brother.
I hope
you know what I'm saying? Like, I get you. I understand your process. Is what I'm saying.
He might be able to take care of you, yo. Those big hands.
Can make you feel safe. Can make you feel safe.
But bro, you got to choose Carnage over that Doctor. I mean, I think the Doctor Strange.
That's
right
the
here
toughest
really
one.
cool,
like,
Carnage is carrying that top.
Carnage.
He's carrying
that Carnage, and I really do like that Cap, man. Like, I've had a lot of fun messing with that Cap, putting him around my other Marvel characters.
I think Carnage looks at 3 females too. Look at his tongue.
Yeah. He's enjoying it up there.
Yeah, but kind of like Flavios said, when it comes to the Cap, though, like like he's Falcon to me. Like I'm sorry, I haven't bought into the process of the transition yet, man. For me, if I can get a Falcon 2.0, I would be all there for it.
Yep,
all there for it.
And I don't even know if I'm all in on his new suit too. Like whenever they release that figure, like I don't know if I'm gonna jump to that. So it's like for me, it's just the way that it was the torch was handed.
Yeah, because the new movie, he's gonna have a new suit, right? So this one's already out of style.
Yeah.
Have you seen what the new suit looks like or no?
Yeah, it's more Captain America. It's got less white, more blue on it there. But which kind of stinks because I like this suit. This suit is nice.
Yeah, this suit was better.
Dude, if it could actually fly out.
Sneaker's saying another Vader. Better put some respect on the potential.
For real.
You know, I get it, but like you got how many Vaders? You got the Return of the Jedi coming out. You know, I recently got Rogue One, and then this comes out here. So, I mean,
this is the first Hayden
this is from a Kenobi show. The figure's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I think the figure is like probably the best Vader. I get it, but like, and I don't have it, but I've seen it over at Jedi's house, and this figure stands out. Like,
it does.
He's the figure that I notice now more than any other figure in Jedi's collection. Just the way he stands out. But
I think it's fire for sure. But with that being said, I think if you put that against the Carnage, I think there's more R&D behind the Carnage than that Vader. So, it's tough for me to pick. You know, like when everybody says that that's the figure of the year, because I think he looks great for face value, but when you really look at Carnage, that's, you know, I know we weren't speaking that, but just comparing them to that Carnage there's a lot more going on there.
When I look at it too,
strange too, all that detail and
exactly,
that's a lot of detail. That's a cool looking figure too,
the cape and all that.
But I guess I kind of look at it too that I got, you know, the 5 at the top, and then I got all those figures up top, and then at the bottom, as of now, I only have 1. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of more of a personal preference too, I guess. I do want, the only reason I didn't get Kenobi Vader is because I got Return of the Jedi coming. I do like that Black Adam a lot. And then, you know, Thor, I'm waiting for Artisan Thor, so we'll see. But that was top or bottom, guys. Appreciate you guys getting on my butt about the 3 women on top. But it's cool.
Pause.
It's cool. Pause. All right. So next up, guys, just a reminder, we do have a giveaway at the end. But before we do that, I do want to go ahead and let's see here. Play a little, I guess it's not a game. It's more of a little segment that we have not done yet, but we're going to go ahead and get started, throw the intro on, and let's do it. And yes, it was a beautiful female. So what this segment is all about, it's the first time we're doing this segment. I've had the intro since the beginning, but I just never really knew when to talk to do this. But basically what the segment is figures that never really happened. So whether they were teased, whether they weren't teased and just never came about. For example, Supergirl, you guys saw, we got Flash from the CW series, but we never got Supergirl. So this segment, this specific night, we are going to talk about figures that were teased that never came about. Let me just share the screen here. And I guess there's still time. Guess you never know. But we have 4 figures here. 4 figures that have been teased in the past. That a lot of us still kind of bring up. I know a lot of us bring up that Drax, Vulture. Yeah. So guys, when you guys see a tease, or let's not even say a tease. Let's say when you guys see a figure such as these Guardian figures, right? And you want a new Drax, and you see a new Drax when they're showing off these figures that were already announced. You're like, Drax is coming, and then it never comes. Like, how does that make you all feel? Does that make you pissed? Does that make you still feel like hopeful that a figure is going to come eventually, but you're losing hope each and every day? Yeah, I'm going to start with you, D-Lo.
Yeah, that's a tough question because obviously you don't want to give up hope on something that you're really excited about. But kind of the longer you do this, the more you kind of come to peace with the fact that not everything you want is always going to get made, right? Sometimes it'll be teased, sometimes it'll be put on the back burner. Sometimes, patience pays off and eventually they do release it there. So yeah, when it comes to ones that where it's like a focus and it's something that you really are looking forward to because it's going to help elevate your collection or, increase the your love for what you're collecting, it's always a bummer. But yeah, I guess it doesn't feel good, boss. I don't like it. It makes me sad in the inside.
Man, out of these 4 figures, which figure do you wish the most to be announced tonight after the show?
Drax. Easily Drax.
If Drax was announced, this specific Drax, would you then for sure 100% get all those Guardians 3 that line?
Whoa, pump the brakes. I don't need Drax, I said. I just need Drax, bro.
Okay.
I'll just grab Drax. I'll think about the other ones here. But no, I mean, absolutely. I would definitely get a Drax though, for sure, out of this group.
Sure. P-Rock, how do you feel about this, man?
Well, for me, it'll be Kid Fisto first, going off. I'm Star Wars, so Kid Fisto. I'm frustrated they keep showing this guy. I mean, they don't keep showing the show as one picture, but they keep releasing other figures in the Star Wars line. Most of them are more like they're kind of kit bash versions of figures that they're making on their own. But there's so many things that come out and so many other things that I collect. I don't really get too upset about it because at the same time, it's like, I'm not in a full rush, but it does get me frustrated though when I keep seeing this Kid Fisto. When as soon as you pull it, I was like, oh, there he is, Kid Fisto.
Yep.
I was like, damn, man, because I'm the one with the Star Wars figures. I love the aliens more than the human characters. So I like the aliens and the droids more. So I support that more. And they don't give us many of those characters, and that's why when I keep seeing him, man, I'm like, man. Well, like I said, I don't really get upset about it. It annoys me. It's just more of an annoyance. Like I get annoyed. Like, oh man, like come on, stop. Like, release him already. He's already halfway done. Just fix it up already and just release something like this or another character like this. But I just feel like if you're gonna show him, if you know for a fact none of these figures are gonna come out, if Hot Toys knows, then that's messed up that they're gonna show him. So don't do stuff like that.
Well, it's like with the Hawkeye, right? Like people probably pre-ordered Kate Bishop thinking that they would get this Hawkeye to go with it, and then they never did. So then they're stuck with this pre-order. It also kind of ruins pre-orders because it might be canceled because a year goes by and they haven't gotten an announcement for Hawkeye. And so people start canceling Kate Bishop, and then it ruins that whole, sideshow orders and whatnot. And same with Drax. I'm sure a lot of Guardians figures are being canceled because there's no Drax and you can't complete that line.
Yeah. For team characters like that I would feel a pain for. If you're like one of those collectors that needs a full team, and they have that one Drax right there, like I need the damn team, man. They want to get the whole team with that suit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like for those people, I feel for I feel their pain, but that sucks.
Man, it sure does. Sure does. Aaron, which one of these do you wish they would announce right now?
Probably Kid Fisto. I know a lot of people want that. Maybe I would want it down the line, but I don't really get upset when some of these figures don't come out because I'm right there with P-Rock. I collect a lot of other shit, and I'll probably get annoyed if, say, I'm collecting a team and then they don't release one, and that would be annoying. But I find it weird they didn't come out with Hawkeye. He was the face of the show. Yeah, it was called Hawkeye.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Vulture, I don't mind, but probably Kid Fisto come out with him and Drax complete the team.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something. I think maybe Hot Toys is like catering to Brick right here. All the female characters are coming out. None of the male characters are coming out.
None of these guys are coming out. You just get all the women.
You see no female characters, all males.
Yeah.
I feel like we still got time for Drax though. He'll come out, I think.
Yeah, you hope so, man. It's just like it sucks because it's like I feel like people already gave up on Drax, right? When it's been so long. Like he never came out for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, only character wasn't made. They made everybody else but him. Didn't come out for Infinity War, didn't come out for Endgame, and like they said we're bringing the team out for the third and final movie, and they still didn't do it. Like that's kind of disrespectful at that point. You know what I mean? That's kind of disrespectful. But I mean, the other one is kind of disrespectful. Vulture, when no one brought him up,
100%.
Vulture was like, he was teased twice. Same situation. They teased him. They went away. A couple third-party companies made him, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring him out," and then they didn't do it again. So,
man, I would love to see a Hot Toys Michael Keaton head sculpt on the Vulture.
That'd be sick.
That would look so.
They
nice.
also teased Shazam. We never got a Shazam.
right. On April Fools. I remember that. Yeah.
On April Fools. There you go. Flavio, does this change your way on your pre-orders at all? Like if you have something pre-ordered and find out that, you know, the little side piece here isn't going to be announced at all, and then you got to cancel, or do you just stick with your order and go with it no matter what?
No, I just keep putting myself more and more in debt.
There you
I would
go.
never
Got a boy.
Smart.
Smart. This guy's.
Yeah, but
What being on top is all about, right?
Real collector shit right there. That's real collector shit right there. Nah, this is about more shit.
I mean, no, it's just the fact though. It's like, you know, you never. I don't know. I'm kind of like that way with like D-Lo too. Like, you know, once I pull the trigger, I stay true until that package comes home. Like I never
God,
like
what the hell?
I never like canceling and
Pause.
just
A lot of pausing tonight.
yeah, pause. Yeah.
A lot of pausing.
Pull the
tonight.
trigger till the package comes through.
I never like that feeling of where I'm like, oh damn, I could have had this and I had it, you know, locked in, and then, you know, I'm gonna just give it up for something else. Just because there's always gonna be
That's what
something.
she said.
Exactly. There's always gonna be something though that's better that keeps coming and coming out. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
pause.
I'm sure.
No. Time out. Hold on. I have a question. We're still talking about like Hawkeye and Drax, right? Like we still. Are we sure? Okay, I lost you for a second there. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
But,
let me get my composure.
Leave him alone, man.
If I had to choose though, you know, the one that I don't know, it's tough because before you pulled this up, you know, I was literally thinking of Kit Fisto. That was the one figure.
Oh, that's
I was
crazy.
Like, that's crazy. Like, it's crazy that you had it on here because I was thinking about that the whole time. You know,
Thanks to D-Lo.
we definitely need a Kit Fisto. But if I had to choose, you know, I would definitely pick the Vulture, man, just because, you know, I'm a big Spider-Man fan, you know, and I really love, you know, Homecoming, and, you know, all those movies were great for me. And just seeing Michael Keaton again, you know, on the big screen and playing a villain, you know, I think he did a great job. But not even necessarily speaking that, I think just R&D wise and figure format wise, I think that figure out of all of these figures will blow them out the water, you know.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't sure where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say pause again. Man, I gotta watch what I'm saying, I guess.
Yo, I was waiting for him to say some crazy shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even bite
blow
this.
back to back.
I just ignored it.
No, but
I'm gonna show my maturity. Let's keep it pushing.
He said, "Hey,
What's up,
that figure is gonna have, you know, light up functions with the LED. They cannot release that figure with a genuine leather coat, you know. I think the wings on it are gonna be ginormous, you know. Pause. I think it's gonna be a dope figure just all around. I think it's gonna be
the wings could be as big as Caps, right? Maybe a little bigger.
No, even bigger than that.
Yeah, they pretty big. They got motors on them.
Yeah, you got to have the you know, propellers on the inside of the wings itself, but not even that, just also seeing, you know, all the other companies that have come out with them, the scale on them are huge, like they're really big. So I know Hot Toys is gonna go, you know, all the way with that. So I'm really excited for that. But the Kit Fisto has got to happen, you know, even more now that we have a Mace, you know, to go with it. You have Ahsoka, you know, that he kind of trained her a little bit there in the Clone Wars arc, I believe. Or no, it wasn't Kit Fisto. It was, you know, this other guy. What's his name?
This other guy.
Damn, I'm losing a blank. D-Lo, help me out here.
Bro, you're doing great.
House of Paul.
Losing a blank.
I'm missing a blank.
I never heard that before. Losing a blank.
I'm just watching over here.
Flo Kloon. There you go. Clint Martin, help me out. Flo Kloon. Yeah.
I was thinking of him, but also, you know, he would be awesome. I love like how, you know, P-Rock was saying the aliens are so cool. So it would just be really cool to have, you know, different varieties and, you know, to complete the Star Wars line, you know, having him amongst all the other Jedis. Hawkeye, I really do want a Hawkeye. I'm still on the fence of, you know, thinking about picking up the Ronin version because I really like that version. I like the way that one looks, but I love this show too, you know, with him and
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, yeah. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why they decided not to, you know, release it. I don't know if it was because they were like, you know, trying to. I don't know if Hot Toys does that sometimes, kind of just tries to like look out for the actual actor because, you know, he had that accident, you know, around the time that they announced, you know, that figure. I don't know if they really care or not about that, but I took it that way where they were like, oh, we're not going to make it seem like, you know, we're trying to make money off this guy and he has, you know, almost a life-threatening injury. And
he signed up for the season 2 now.
Oh, did he?
Season 2?
Yeah.
So yeah, it probably has more to do with the fact that like they probably got cold feet on making another Hawkeye just because the Ronin that they did mass production on those figures during that time, and Sideshow and everybody else, they sat on that stuff, man. They sat on it. So maybe
they're probably just thinking about
right. And then like kind of like Hot Toys are like a lot of times like Hot Toys will react to stuff. Like they'll have stuff on the pipeline. They'll kind of start putting out teasers and stuff like that to get you hyped up about it. But if the show or the movie doesn't do so hot, man, they fall.
Yeah.
They drop that off like anything. Like for example, Justice League. When Justice League was going on, we didn't have Cyborg. Howard Chan went on record. I forget who talked to him, but he said like, yeah, we'll never make Cyborg. But then Justice League Snyder Cut came out, and then they had a second. All right, we'll have another opportunity. We know people want it, and now people buy it. Yeah, let's make it.
What a liar.
Well,
yeah, what a liar.
It's business for you, man. If you don't think you're gonna make money on something, you can't make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that costs you.
I
money.
mean, it's crazy though with that one because you know, with the little cameo with Daredevil, you would think that they want to release that around that time and kind of like maybe pair him up with that. I think he's going to be a great figure though. Whenever they do announce it to go with Kate Bishop and you know have all the different arrowheads and all of that. The Drax, I don't know, man. Yes, I don't know if I was the only one in the room here, but I feel like this is the only version of Drax that I am not a fan of. I'm honestly not a fan of the Volume 3 suits. Like I feel like they're kind of like I don't know, like
generic,
team-based, like Power Ranger-ish. Like I like them with all their unique, different, outfits, but fortunately enough, this guy doesn't really have an outfit in the early movies. He's just all tatted up. So one thing while you guys were speaking there, it kind of made me think about it. It made me think about what if the reason is that they're not doing this is because they're going to DX19 us on this. They're going to remake that one without the upper suit and have the seamless type body, because after that I seen that Bane come out, there's nothing that they can't do with a seamless body. So something tells me that they're simultaneously working on a Drax and they want to release this, but they also want to have that other version ready eventually for something. So I don't know. That's my take on that, but I just don't think he looks good in the suit, man. It looks like they gave him like it's like they gave him a smaller size suit on purpose.
There's a prototype one. There's a prototype one from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that like when Drax is like charging to battle, he makes that mean face where he's kind of like screaming. Right. There's one out there like that, like a proto that never got released. So and he had like I want to say he had the like the blue pants on like from like Infinity War. It looked really, really good. Right. The only thing was it still had the same body as the first one. And if you've seen the first one, the body's big on the chest and stomach area, but like the arms super skinny. Like it looks weird.
And you got to think about it too. It's like, they've already showed us that they could work with the seamless material. Like the Bane has the scarring tissue and all of that, all of the effects on the body.
the Valkyrie that they just released had the tattoo on the seamless arm, so it's very possible that they could do it. So I prefer that original look of him, you know. But if this is the only Drax, you know, I mean, I guess as a collector, I got to swallow the pill and just, you know, pick this up and.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm in the same boat. I got everybody else from like Guardians Volume 2. Like that's kind of like the look I have for the rest of the team. So he's gonna look funny wearing his team uniform from Part 3, and you know, obviously he's not gonna make sense. So, but I mean, who knows, man? It might be one of these things where like they might drop this after all, wait for everybody to buy those, and then you know,
Artisan Drax.
Right, and do like a Batman armory with suddenly, oh, we improved him now, guys. He's got this and that, and you know, it's just exactly what you wanted. And everybody's got who knows. Right. Hot Toys is a very strange company. They do whenever they want, whenever they feel like it. But I hear you, bro. I hear you. That this one, it's not personally my favorite version of Drax either. But if it comes down to it, and
that's the one we got to go with, right?
That's the one you got to go with. You know,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's how they get us.
I think the one I got to go with here is Vulture. I do have the quarter scale Spider-Man, so I have like the Vulture base, you know, his big wing coming out, which is amazing. It's super awesome. So having a Vulture figure to go with Tom Holland, especially you know, one of the older Tom Holland suits would mesh really well together. So we need a Vulture. Who did the third party? It wasn't Toys R Us, was it? Who was that?
No.
I think
for me,
it was Toys R Us, I think.
Yeah,
was it Toys R Us? Okay.
Jazz Inc. They won too.
Okay.
Jazz Inc. They won as well.
But they did die cast like right.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. Like it has like hangers, so because the wings are so heavy.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, they had that little plastic clip on the back where you could like hang it up, like hold it up, prop it up.
Right.
Which I think Hot Toys isn't going to go that route. Like, I think they're going to go, you know, the kind of like the plastic style wings, but they might have die cast in it somehow, or the articulation on the joints. But it would be cool to have kind of like his, what are they called? Like his claws for his feet, like that.
Yeah,
it's cool. Almost like the exosuit. Mm-hmm. If the exosuit was die cast, that would be awesome. But I think most importantly, that jacket has to be genuine leather, because if you're showing us a Harrison Dula with a genuine leather, Indiana Jones with genuine leather, you could definitely do it for this. So why not?
Yeah, 100%. Well, there you have it. The ones that never was. Probably bring this segment back later on. We had a couple questions I had a couple questions I was gonna ask the panel, but I think I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go ahead and we are going to do what I like to call World of Psychic before we go into the CollectorzOwn giveaway. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro to that as soon as I find it here, and then have you guys go ahead and tell us some predictions. All right, we got D'Lo dancing. He's ready. Let's go.
That beat, bro.
You know it.
Splatoon.
Right. So what World of Psychic is, I've explained it before, but basically on Ghostbusters 2, there is a little scene near the beginning of the movie where they play what's called World of Psychic, and these people act like they're psychics and they predict that ghosts are coming and whatnot. So I wanted to make a little game, Hot Toys version, on every time we have a guest on the show, they predict something for this year, whether it's a release, kind of a time frame, an announcement, or anything of that nature that they can kind of predict, or you know, be a psychic and see if they truly are a psychic. And at the end of the year, I will then get all of those up, and if any of you are right, then you have a chance to win a special prize at the end of the year. So only 2 people have not done World of Psychic yet on the panel, and that is I keep wanting to say House of D'Lo Artemis. that is D'Lo the Collector and P-Rock. P-Rock, I'm going to start with you, my good sir.
That's a tough one, damn.
What is something that you predict is going to happen by the end of the year, whether it's announced, released, you know, it could be artisan, it could be a whole new line, and it doesn't even have to be Hot Toys. It can be like in art, something like that too.
I predict people will not be happy with their Hono figures.
Oh
when
man,
they get them in hand.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's
a good.
You know, that's something different. I like that. Okay, people will not be happy with their Hono figures.
I'm canceling my Wolverine.
Not all people. Some people.
Hold on, P-Rock. Elaborate on that a little bit, brother. Like, what are they not gonna be happy about?
I think too many people are coming in there thinking it's gonna be Hot Toys quality for the price that they're asking, and they're gonna come in there expecting that quality within the suit or the articulation or just in general with the way the figure feels. They're gonna end up getting, which is not, to me, is not a bad thing. They're gonna end up getting 3-0 Fig Zero type figures in their hand, and for the people who are Hot Toy collectors, and you pick up that 3-0, which is, to me, like I said, 3-0 is still good, but it doesn't feel. The weight, the quality of the figure doesn't feel the same. So I just think people are going there with their hopes a little too high.
Damn, you know, he's got me thinking about that. That's kind of a good point, because for the price point, you know, they gotta meet halfway. So they're not gonna give you
some stuff.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give you
very plasticky and, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm canceling my Wolverine.
No. They're doing comics.
P-Rock made me do it.
I'm used to 3-0 figures, so I won't be disappointed. But I'm used to like lower quality figures.
At least you got your head ready, so that's good.
Something to think about.
That's a good one, man. Kind of wish I went first now. All right, let's see.
All right, Dila, what you got, Psychic?
All right, not as good as P-Rock's, I will admit, but I will make a prediction on an artisan announcement this year. I think we will get, I know everybody's going to think I'm going to say Thor and all that stuff. Nah, I've been giving this a lot of thought. We're going to get a Princess Leia artisan.
Ooh, okay.
We're going to Princess Leia artisan there. Now, it's a debate. I don't know if they're going to, I think the smart would be to do the New Hope, but I don't know how challenging it's going to be with the buns, right? But I think like Return of the Jedi would be a perfect one to pick. The one where she's like with the Ewoks in their camp and she's in the dress and her hair's down.
Yep.
Like, I think that one would be like a sick
cool.
one, because I'm leaning more towards that one, because what was just announced that we're going to eventually get in the near future that we've been wanting for years now.
You said what was just announced?
What was just announced?
Han Solo.
Bam.
Oh yeah.
Circle
for sure.
Gets the square, exactly, because Return of the Jedi, Han Solo is out there. So imagine if they throw out an artisan Leia, it would be
wow.
That'd be cool.
I could see that happening now.
How many of you guys would get that on the panel?
Well,
I'd probably get
that.
I thought about it.
Yeah, I'm picking that up.
Dang, that's a good one.
When she's running.
What if they come out with
oh my god!
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, good predictions. Let's see if you guys are psychic, and by the end of the year, see if you get a prize.
Wait, so let me ask you, what was yours? I never heard yours.
Yeah, same.
You guys. Never... What did you guys predict?
Flavio, you predicted the Winter Soldier, correct?
Yeah.
Artisan
that we get a.
I just predicted a remake of it, or for the what was it, the 10-year?
Yeah, 10-year anniversary of Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's
that
what
would be worth the artisan with the hair and the leather.
That would be
nice.
Leather.
Bucky with that good hair.
In my opinion, be worth it. Yeah,
maybe even
good hair.
Yeah, give us the bike too.
I honestly don't even remember what mine was. I don't think I went, and if I did, it was probably something to do with artisan. I have to go back.
I forget what you did, Brick. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was probably like an artisan. It's probably artisan. No, it's probably artisan Thor, Harley Quinn, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Something else I'll predict too is an N-Art Hagrid to go with those Harry Potter figures, but I won't count that. But I could see them doing Hagrid. And then Aaron, do you remember what yours was?
Yeah, I already lost my prediction. On that show, I predicted 2 weeks later that Obi-Wan
that's right
would come out. He's still not out.
And then he's got delayed. Yeah, got delayed. All right. No,
Dude, Brick,
stuff, guys.
you need that clip of Bill Murray when he's like, you know, petting the cat and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I know, man.
Or that.
I thought about that. I gotta set that up.
Because
So
that's a funny scene.
yeah, it really is. Really is. We got 29 in the house. Let's go ahead and do take it or leave it. I'll explain the rules after another intro. All right, we got
Bro, what is
30
the
in the
budget
house
for this
now.
show? Oh my gosh, man!
That's my guitar playing,
Holy
dog.
hell!
You know, you gotta play your own stuff. You
Jeez.
can't keep spending money on songs. You gotta.
Bro's
you gotta play
executive
your stuff.
producer, music producer.
bro.
Holy cow!
You were shredding, bro.
You got to shred, bro. So we got 30 in the house, and the way that we do this is Collector Zone. Marcos over there. If you guys haven't checked out his website, actually, if you do check out his website, you can use code BRICK6 for a 15% off discount. I can put that in the description for you guys down below. But this is a really cool game that we came up with that basically it's kind of like Deal or No Deal. So we choose somebody from the chat, a lucky winner, which I'll get into in a second. And that person from the chat gets to play a game that's very similar to Deal or No Deal. What we do is we spin the wheel. And actually, I'll bring that up right now. So, Deal or No Deal wheel here. Make sure these ads aren't, So basically, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then $50 chances here. We also have 6 bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason there are 6, they're nothing. So the reason why there are 6 bricks is because brick 6 makes sense. And then we got a Bugle 6 hoodie and a Bugle 6 t-shirt. Now, you get 3 total spins, okay? If you want to go that far. If your first spin is $50, then obviously you are going to want to say deal or take it in the comments, and you're going to take that 50. If it's $5, you probably want to spin again. If it's a brick, you're going to want to spin again. But if that third spin is a brick, you're left with nothing. You win nothing. So you're risking a lot there. It's kind of like Deal or No Deal. Like I said, if you choose that case and there's nothing in there besides a penny, what have you, then you're stuck with nothing. Now, if you get 3 bricks with all 3 spins, you get an extra spin. Okay, because I mean, at that point, honestly, you should just win $50 because that's amazing. But you get an extra spin if that happens. So does that make sense to you guys in the panel and the chat? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question, and the first person to answer it correctly in the chat gets to play the game and have a chance. Now, the only thing is, if you do win, so here's the thing. If you do win, I'm going to go on a little splurge here. If you do win, then you have to set up an account with Collector Zone. I can give you all that information once I reach out to you via like Instagram or something like that and get you set up. You'll then reach out to Marcos and he'll help you as well. Now, you look at it like, oh, $25, whatever. But if you keep playing and you get 25, 50 here, 25, 30 here, it adds up into your account, which is pretty amazing. Now, you can't use this on top of my Brick 6 discount. But again, if you win 50 today and 50 next week when you play again, luckily, then you got $100 in your account. Pretty awesome. Thanks. So he's got statues over there. He's got hot toys, he's got all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to ask a question. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't even know what question I'm going to ask. Here we go. What? Flavio, should I do a Spider-Man question here again? Since it's Bugle 6, we always do Spider-Man questions. I'm going to do Star Wars.
Ooh.
All right. Let me actually, give me 1 second, y'all. I got to make sure I got the name right. Here we go. All right. Let's see.
Should have did a black.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I just want to make sure I have the name right. And I don't know if anybody's going to get this, but all right. What planet is Obi-Wan Kenobi from?
Oh, shit.
First person to comment that in the comment section here. Chance to play and win. What planet is Obi-Wan Kenobi from? Everybody
pull out the phones and Googling right there. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Like, shh. I don't even know the answer to that one there, man.
Neither way.
You tell me. You asked me Luke or Anakin. I got you.
Yep.
How's it
This,
going?
from what I'm seeing, is wrong.
Ooh.
All right. We have a winner, Venom Collector.
Ooh.
I'm saying that right. I'm guessing Sneaker is not in the chat anymore. Because he would have known.
Yeah.
All right, Venom Collector, congratulations. You have not won anything yet, but you did win a chance. To win. So basically, I'm gonna spin, and before I spin a second time, you're gonna say take it or leave it. So leave it means you're gonna want me to spin again. If you say take it, you're taking that. Sneaker. You still here? I'm just letting someone else play. Don't
He didn't know.
Sure.
I don't know. I was like,
he was looking
like,
that up.
of course not. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, right. All right, we're gonna go ahead with the first spin here, Venom. All right, let's go. And then when we do land on something, that is taken out if you don't want that. So actually, hold on, I screwed up. Unless you say
take it.
Okay, hold on.
He's like, you won $20. I take it back.
Hold on. I didn't shuffle. I'm supposed to shuffle.
All the damn budget went to these special effects. The damn wheel don't work.
If you say take it, it's up to him. If it's okay if I shuffle, I'm gonna shuffle. I'm gonna shuffle. You'll probably win more than 20. Yeah, I'm gonna shuffle.
But if you gotta give him the 20.
This guy's gonna blow a gasket. Okay, all right. First spin.
If he gets a break, that'd be best up.
All right, $30. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. What do you think, Venom? Take it or leave it?
Give him a second. He's gotta.
Yeah, that delay chat.
Here comes Sneaker with the. Oh, he said take it.
Oh, he's gonna take it. All right, so $30, sir. Come message me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram, Brick Artemis. Message me. I will then send you a link to the website and send you over to Marcos to where you can set up an account and get $30 in-store credit. And of course, remember, once again, these can all add up to your account. Just for fun, let's say you said leave it and you did a second spin here. Okay.
Whoa, it was a good
We got $5. You definitely wouldn't have taken that. Okay.
What's a brick worth?
Brick is worth nothing.
Oh, nothing?
Not down where D-Lo lives.
All right. So you sir, you made a good deal. You got $30. Let's go. Congratulations. That was fun. That was good stuff. All right. Well, there you guys have it. Another episode of the Bugle 6.
That's great.
My good people in the chat and on the panel, thank you so much for being here. Every single one of you, thank you. Means a lot. Flavio, as always, thank you. And congratulations to your newly wedded wife and yourself. Happy marriage.
Yes.
Sure, it's going well.
Oh yeah.
So far. Yeah.
Yep.
Is she starting to be a little bit more like, no, you're not getting this figure. Like she's got you now, you know?
Not really.
No? That's good.
No.
That's good. Okay.
Good.
Good. You stay on your toes, sir. What do you guys got going on? I know we kind of talked about that in the beginning. You know, so you don't really have to tell me like your live streams and everything, but you guys got any videos, any figures that are coming in this week? Doesn't matter who goes first.
My next PO's Artist and Anakin.
Nice. I'll take it.
2,000.
Dang, $2,000. I'm good. P-Rock.
You paid. Wait. What? Damn.
Trying to get $2,000 for me.
No, I'm still opening stuff I got in box. trying to think I'm pretty sure I got something new coming. I don't even know what. Not just more figures, more fun, more clips, and LWO Friday.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, definitely go check out LWO on Fridays. Lots of fun, lots of comedy, good stuff going on over there. So, D'Lo, got any videos coming out? Any figures coming out or coming to you this week?
Yeah. So, yes, like I said earlier, I dropped the Batman video. That's doing very well. Shout out to everybody who's watched. Over 800 views already in just a few days. That's pretty cool. I'm 15 subs away from 500 on my channel over there. So I just looked at it right now. That's awesome. That's very awesome.
If 25 of you, I'm sure a lot of these people are already subscribed to you, but if there's anybody not subscribed to D'Lo, please go and subscribe to him right now.
Yeah, so 15 will work. 25 would be great, but 15 will get me to 500. I appreciate you going the extra mile for me over there. I do got a video that I'm working on right now. I don't want to say what it is just yet because I'm still kind of working on it. But yeah, it should be dropping hopefully at the end of this week here. That's what I'm working on here. But yeah. If you haven't already, D'Lo to Collect on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of photos on there as well. And Wolfpack Wednesdays on Wednesday.
Boom, baby. All right, let's go. Let's go. And Flavio, got anything coming your way this week?
Hopefully Catwoman is shipping to me soon. It's just stuck in preparing to ship. So that is going to be my latest figure that I'll be getting in. So nice. I can't wait to finally see that. But yeah, I have my DX17 that I had just did a video on. I like your point. Yeah, he's right there. You can't really see him, but got him there with the speeder behind him.
Nice. Dude.
I did that video, but I got to work on, processing it and,
sure,
getting that video uploaded. So I still got to do that. Working on that. That should be out hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Trying to get it out this week as best as I can. But like I said, I got to work on getting it uploaded. Yeah, just follow me on the House of Collectibles on Instagram and YouTube, guys. Thank you, for being here with me and Brick and all of these great guys. It's very fun to be here, and we have lots of fun. If you guys want to check me out, you guys can see my posts on Instagram. I do unboxings on YouTube and whatnot. I'll also be on Manahawk Collectibles this Friday actually as well too. So
good show over there too.
Yeah. Check me out over there, guys.
Good guy.
And also wanted to show you guys too. You guys would like this, but I didn't plan on showing you this. But this was my table seating here, and I don't know if you guys can really see that, but I really loved this.
Oh, let me zoom in on you real quick. My bad.
This was the seating chart here for the wedding, as you guys can see. It says our favorite people.
Very cool.
You got the background, and then the
nice dude. May the 4th.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was very, very dope. I really like that. I want to get this framed and hung up. It's on a very nice foam.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, we got
you look
that.
So happy, man. Like I want to see what you look like in about 5 years. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll probably look the same, man. Maybe a lot fatter. But
yeah. Some gray hairs.
Flavio Jr.
Yeah, fat.
Yeah,
dad
a lot
bod.
fatter and gray hairs and dad bod, like you said. Yeah. Maybe a bald spot, stress. But
well, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me again, Brick.
It was a great show.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. For me, I actually got my Toby Spider-Man deluxe version coming tomorrow, finally, from Underground Figures.
You're gonna love that,
dude. I cannot wait, man. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it, how I'm gonna pose it. I don't know.
Andrew and Tom.
I got yep. So I'm gonna do something with that. Really excited to get him in. Just got my Scarlet Witch in from Multiverse of Madness, and I recently picked up a figure that I've been looking at for a while, Scarlet Spider-Man. So I got brand new inbox, should be here next week.
Nice.
I'm excited for that one. That one's gonna be cool. So I've been spending some money.
I want to get that.
But before we go, something I should have done while we were talking about this, but these figures that are teased, you know, all 4 of those figures that we talked about, we need. Okay, Hot Toys, we need. So I got something for you.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Gotta play it every episode. Forgot about it, so I had to make up a reason to do it. So, but anyways, guys, subscribe to all these fine fellows here. I will have their links down in the description. You know, it's kind of weird the way StreamYard and YouTube work. I don't get to put the link in the description until like a couple hours later once it's in, and then I can add you guys in there. Unless there's a way to do that, I can figure it out. But I'll get you guys in that description below with your YouTube, your and Instagram and all that stuff. So thank you once again for being here, chat and panel. Love you guys, and until next time, keep bricking.
Keep on bricking.
Motherfuckers.
Get on.
Boo.